Ba'Shem Yahushai, Ba'Shem Rakam. I want to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that rule well. Blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect. Noah's in this gospel abroad, lifting up the standard of Yahweh, Ba'Shem Yahushai, wherever it may be. But the brothers here at the Great Millstone, Kansas City branch, coming to you week in and week out, prophesying the end of America, aka Babylon the Great, and waking up you so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans, which are the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel, all right? Which of our nation, you do have Israelites that's gonna come looking like other nations, man. Because you got this thing in the news, they called us black Hebrew Israelites, but I don't see a so-called black person up here. All right? The black is the color of these boots I got on, or that hoodie, or that book bag that these people are wearing. This is a black hoodie right here. And if you look at my skin and these brothers' skin, even the, the young brother on the other side of the line, these ain't so-called black. I mean, we're so-called black people, but we're not black people. All right? We're the children of Israel, which can come out looking like every other nation, man. Okay, so you got Israelite groups out there that say that you only can be called an Israelite if you got so-called dark skin and woolly hair. But that goes against DNA, because commonality tells you that whoever you mate with down the line, eventually you're going to look like that other nation, man. All right, prime example, like you got this guy by the name of Patrick Mahomes. And what's his wife's name? Brittany. And he got a son with her, right? Look like a white boy, right? But Patrick Mahomes is a so-called Negro, because if you see his father is dark skinned, man. Now let's just say if Pat Mahomes' son have a son with a white woman, hey, he's gonna be Leave It to Beaver. He's gonna look like a so-called white boy, blonde hair, blue eyes, man. Which proves that it's not about what you look like, but it's about the spirit. Somebody give me that in Romans, man.
That's an image of the son. Blonde hair, blue eyes.
Hey, Patrick Mahomes. If y'all look at Patrick Mahomes' father, he's a so-called dark-skinned man. But this is the son of Patrick Mahomes right there. Which look like a so-called white boy, but we know Patrick Mahomes is an Israelite because his father goes back to the line of Judah. All right? Blake Griffin. All right? You got it, brother.
This is Romans 8, verse 16. The Spirit itself bears witness with our spirit that we are the children of Yahweh.
Yeah, because this is a spiritual thing, man. Okay, we're here to gather the elect through spiritual means. Okay, we have a spiritual autonomy out here to grab the hopeful elect. Don't matter what they look like. It's just if they're coming in the spirit of Yahweh, Ba'Shem Yahushai, man. Because you got so-called black people that's not even our people. On a spiritual level and a physical level. Prime example, going back into who you call T and Tamara and their little brother Taj Mowry. That looks like so-called people of color or black people, but yet they're tares because their father, I believe, is an Amalekite, man. Okay? Like when you go back into the Herodian dynasty and you look at the Herodians, man, a lot of them look like Jake, man. Because they made it with Jake women, okay? Which our women is known for bringing forth the seed of the wicked, because our women like to lay down with Esau and other nations. But that doesn't negate the fact that you're gonna have Israelites that look like so-called white people, man. Right. Right. Go ahead.
Psalm chapter 44, verse 13. Thou makest us a reproach to our neighbors, a scorn and a derision to them that are round about us. Thou makest us a byword among the heathen.
Now look up that word byword, bro. And look it up, man.
Blue word, blue letter.
Yeah, you can look it up, blue letter. Because the byword is like somebody calling you a black person, a nigger, a spigger, a bow and arrow, a tonto. Calling you is basically a misnomer.
It goes to the word mashal. It means proverb, parable, proverb, similitude.
Similitude, yeah.
Parable.
Parable, like Negro. Nigger means black.
Right.
All right. Similitude. All right. A proverb, which is a saying.
Yeah.
So we got all those monikers put on us, which proves we're the Israelites, because the Bible prophesies that will happen to these particular people, man.
Yeah.
Okay. When you go into the Chinese land, or you go into the land of China or Japan, I mean, even though that's technically not their names, but they can still equate themselves with their identity, man. Okay, they can trace their roots and go back and say, yeah, we're of the line of Moab. And Ishmael can go back and look in the scriptures in Genesis and say, well, look, man, I'm an Ishmaelite, because everybody knows that the bondwoman, which was Hagar, the Egyptian, the son Ishmael, everybody knows that he goes back to the Arabs. But we're the only people that can't trace our lineage back, because the Lord said, I will strip you of your heritage, man.
That's right.
Okay?
It says, thou makest us a byword among the heathen, a shaking of the head among the people. My confusion is continually before me.
That's the spirit about this book too.
Hey, I gotta get a copy of that, bro. It says, "And the shame of my face has covered me."
Go ahead, break it down.
So I brought that out because he mentioned the term black. Well, black is not a race; it's a racial category. You know, it's similar to, it alludes to race, but nobody's actually black. Okay, the race brown, it alludes to race, but 80% of the world is brown, man. You know, Edomites, so-called white people, y'all are a minority in terms of your skin complexion. So when you call somebody black, what it really is a caste system. You're really saying, when you call somebody black, you're saying that at the very bottom,
Lower level.
you know? And the scripture said that this would happen. It said that we would be confused and confounded. Our very names, our heritage, our language would be taken away from us. All right, and only you read Ezekiel 37, it likens us to dead bones waking up again. Why is that, man? Because when you take those things away from us, you're basically nothing. You know?
Con. I wanted to look this up. Y'all brothers got it. Y'all can speak on it real quick. I wanted to look up this term. I was looking up.
Matthew 13, going to the wheat and tares.
Okay.
This Matthew chapter 13, verses 24 in the NLT. It said, "Here is another story Yahushua told. The kingdom of heaven is like a farmer who planted good seed in his field, but that night, as the workers slept, his enemies came and planted weeds among the wheat, then slipped away."
And you know, that good seed is the nation of Israel, man. You know, we supposed to be a pure people. Even though the Israelite man, they could sleep with whoever they want and they'll still make an Israelite. But you Israelite women, you ain't supposed to be sleeping with the men of the heathens, man. A lot of these fucking Latinas, they love the white dick, man. A lot of these Christians, they love white dick, man. You ain't supposed to do that.
Right.
That's how you get tears, man.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and like the brother was saying, our women, they love the so-called white man, man. They're submissive to the white because they think that the so-called white man is God, and he's not, man. The so-called white man is the devil that the Bible talks about, man.
Right.
Okay, so you got a lot of our so-called people that's actually of them. Because like it tells you here in the book, Nature Knows No Color Line, it says the origin for color of prejudice, and then it says Negro ancestry in the white race. Okay, so it proves that you had so-called black people that had that ruled in Europe, man, because this is what it says, the Negro coat of armed families. Negro coats of arms. So-called black people, man, in Sicily. All right, Sicilia, which is basically Southern Italians. You have Portugal and Spain. You have the Negroes and coats of arms of noble families, which is called the Moors, man. All right, so-called black people that lived in these lands in France, Russia, parts of not South America, Spain, Italy, Great Britain. Like that term Anglo-Saxon goes back into angelic sons of Isaac, which was our people, man. Okay.
Corsica flag too.
Corsica, yeah.
That's around the area of the islands of Sicily and southern Italy.
Hey, put that on there again. And what do y'all brothers notice? The woolly hair and the bandanas. Hey, look at that brother. He got, that's the spirit that we did it. Look, the brother got a headscarf on. You know what I'm saying? You know, so our people always don the bandanas and the mitris and all that, man.
Right.
Because that goes back to our customs.
That's right, boy.
Yeah, you got it out.
Matthew 13, 24. Here is another story Yahushua told. The kingdom of heaven is like a farmer who planted good seed in his field, but that night, as the workers slept, his enemy came and planted weeds among the wheat, then slipped away. When the crop began to grow and produce grain, the weeds also grew.
You know, the KJV, it says tears.
It say the workers went to him and said, "Sir, the field where you planted that good seed is full of weeds. Where did they come from?" "An enemy has done this," the farmer explained.
No, the enemy, because part of the breaking, the breaking process, the slaves was to pop their women, man. You know, here you is, Jake would be in slavery. They would try to create families. They would have a wife. They would have kids, even though they was in captivity. But hey, the white man, what they would do, they show you on 12 Years a Slave. It would be late at night. They would call your woman to the fucking big house, man. And what they doing? Playing checkers? No. Esau getting in there, man.
Right. Yeah, Pastor Hart did a video. Well, he's not a separate video, but he was speaking on the fancy girls. You know, in the antebellum days during slavery, you would have the lighter skinned women. They were advertising. These are lighter skinned. They were naturally light skinned though.
Yeah.
You know, and they would get to sit in the house. What do you think they were doing? Like the brother said.
Yeah.
You know, but and the rest of them, you know, the darker skinned Keishas, you know, you had to work the field.
Yeah.
You know, so there's a lot of commingling going on, and that the Lord's gonna have to separate when He gets back, man.
That's right. Last few verses. The enemy has done this, the farmer exclaimed. Should we pull out the weeds, they asked? No, he replied. You uproot the wheat if you do. Let both grow together until the harvest. Then I will tell the harvesters to sort out the wheats, tie them into bundles, and burn them, and to put the wheat in the barn.
Right.
Go.
Hey, Ricard, you can get Revelation 7, bro.
Hey, real quick too, I wanted to show this picture right here. It says, matter of fact, take this glove off. But yeah, you can pull that out. I just wanted to. It says Negroes in ancient Europe and Greece. All right. It says a very singular fact about color prejudice. It says, where would you expect to find it most? It is least, namely in Europe, homeland of the whites, which that's a lie. But they're telling you, it says, this is true of the most ancient times to the present, and contrary to popular belief, as I now show, Negroes were in certain areas abundant. It says, moreover, whites, especially of the upper class, were fascinated by them, and we popped their women. Like the term apple bottom, they showed you them Edomite chicks during the time of the dark ages. They had them real fat asses, man. Yo, Jake, Jake loved Edomite women with the fat. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You always hear Jake talking about getting with the snow. But it says here, then there was a great vogue of fad for having them about long before the Christian era and down to the middle of the 19th century. It says most royal and noble palaces from Sicily to northern Russia had them. Tall, cold black Negroes of magnificent physique were a feature of the palaces of the Tsars or the Tsars as late of 1917. All right. So tall, stacked. Like when you look at NBA players and when you just look at our molecular structure, we're just built different, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like we're built like gods because we are gods, man. Like Yahweh Shai said, he said, isn't it written in your law that ye are gods, but you should die like men?
Yeah.
You know, this is why Jake is physically superior to all you other nations out there. This is why it's bittersweet. They can't help but they hate us, but they can't help to love us, man. Because they women want to be like us. Their men are trying to adopt our culture. Our culture is worldwide, man. You know?
You know Amalek knew that because you had something called the Bolshevik Revolution going around the time what the brother was speaking about, those Russians. All right, you had a dynasty called the Romanovs, man. And all of the Romanovs, they got mercilessly killed or squeezed out of their, they were the original czars. It's going up to about World War I.
Yep.
You know, what do you say, 1917?
1917, yep.
You see, so Amalek went in there and like, no, we know who y'all are. And they got them up out of there, man. Even to this day, you got Russians over there, man, that are just natural talents, man, in fighting. You know, just got a natural gift because you still got remnants of Jake everywhere in every nation.
Thank God, like Khabib, you know, like I believe Khabib is a Jake, man. A lot of those Russian, a lot of them fighters that fight, like in Poland, there's a league called the KSM League, KSW League. Yeah, that's like a brutal version of UFC, man. Them dudes be juicing, but a lot of them guys be Jakes, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They beat the shit out of so-called Negroes, man.
Yeah, guys, I seen the few of them.
You got it, huh?
Yeah, this is the book of Revelation, chapter 7 and verse 9. It says, after this I beheld and lo, a great multitude, which no man could number, of all nations and kindreds and peoples and tongues, stood before the throne and before the Lamb, clothed with white robes and palms in their hands.
See, this is what Christians get it. They look at this and they say, well, everybody can be saved. But this is talking about what the brother read earlier. They're standing before the Lord, man. The Lord sifted those men out of all of those different nations. They would speak all kind of different tongues. They would have all kind of different phenotypes. And if you're in China, you would look like a so-called Chinese man. Okay, if you're in the Congo, you're gonna look like a Hamite. Okay, if you're in South America, you're gonna look like those people.
Yeah.
But what do they all have in common? Why are they all clothed in white?
The Israelites.
That's right. Did the Lord promise anybody a special, miraculous salvation besides Israel?
No.
No. So why is it saying that? You know?
And that's why it's easy to cut them, because you notice, and what cuts them, because they try to say Jew or Greek. But wait a minute, man. Why do we only equate those two so-called ethnicities, Jew and Greek? Why didn't it say Moab? Why didn't it say Ammon? Why didn't it say Ishmael or anybody of that Gensis, man? Because it's talking about Israel, man. Because when you think of Greek, Greek is not necessarily a national, it's like a culture, man. It's just like Roman. Like I was meditating on it today. I was sleeping and the spirit kept saying, man, these people are not American. And I'm like, what the hell do you mean these people are not American? Because in order to be a so-called American, you have to be of a lineage or a stock, right? So it's a culture. Right? It's a culture, man. It's a citizenship. So in order to adopt it to Greek vineyard, you had to adopt the Greek citizenship, man. That's why Paul even said, he said he's a Roman citizen. Doesn't mean he was a Roman, but he was a Roman citizen, man. That's all it was, man. So these people are really not Americans, man.
Right.
They're whatever their fathers are, you know, whether it be Esau, Jake, Moab, or whatever.
Yeah, because they were all foreigners. The same way they want to push out all the fucking immigrants. Bitch, you came here as an immigrant.
Yeah.
You was the first immigrant.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, this is a consequence of imperialism.
Yes, sir.
Because imperialism is one race of people that rules the nobility and the military class, and they go around conquering other people.
Yeah.
Rome, they conquered the Etruscans, they
Yeah.
conquered the Gauls, all right? They conquered everybody in all of those isles, but they're still of those people, but they would be considered Romans. They would pay Roman tax, they would be a Roman citizen, but their line doesn't go back to Esau. You know,
Yeah.
but they're all Roman. This is why Christians get confused when they read the Bible. They see Roman, they go, "Oh, yeah,
He's a white person.
yeah." They thinking about Nero, Caesar, or something. You know,
Well, it's a book called The Roman Empire, the Empire of the Edomites, man. You know what I'm saying? Which the Romans were Edomites, but Romulus and Remus were Japhetic. They wasn't so-called white people. You know what I'm saying? And that was even a division on that, because they speculated to because the people of the Roman Empire, they spoke what? Latin. You know what I'm saying? So they came up with the whole moniker like, okay, well, how can we mix, or how can we come up with a diverse culture so everybody can be engrafted in it, man? Same thing with America. This is why it's known as a melting pot, man. You know what I'm saying? Because you got every different ethnicity here, man.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. That's why when Yahushua got crucified, they had it King of the Jews in Hebrew, Greek, and Latin.
Latin, yep.
It's like
Yeah. And also, Paul, when Paul got beheaded, see, he got a so-called humane death. Paul, I think, got beheaded. Now, the reason why Paul didn't get crucified is because he had a Roman citizenship, and they felt within their so-called constitution at that time that it was undignified to so-called behead or give somebody capital punishment that had a Roman citizenship. That's why technically they can't come and grab us off the street and have their way with us until they suspend certain laws and constitutions. Habeas corpus goes out the window, then they can hang us from a goddamn light pole if they want to. But right now we have, under due process, we have so-called rights, we have freedom of speech to come out here and assemble. But when they shut things, because that's under the American law or the constitutional law, man. Okay? Yep.
This is the book of Jeremiah 12, verse 9 says, "Mine heritage is unto me as a speckled bird.
Yep.
The birds round about are against her. Come ye assemble, all the beasts of the field come to devour." So the scripture says, "My heritage is as a speckled bird," meaning we're multiple shades of brown. A speckled bird has different dots on all over its feathers.
Yep.
It's got some dark brown spots, some black spots, some tan spots.
Yep.
Okay? Because we're so diverse, we spread everywhere. We can look like any type of color or nationality. But going into this book of Numbers 1 and 18, it says, "And they assembled all the congregation together on the first day of the second month, and they declared their pedigrees after their families by the house of their fathers, according to the number of the names from 20 years old and upwards by their polls." Okay, so your nationality is passed down to the lineage of your father. So whatever your father is, and what your father's father is, and your great-great-grandfather is, that's what you are.
Right.
So guess what? You may be walking around here, you may look like a so-called Chinese man.
Right.
And then you go to your family tree, maybe go to a family get together, and they start showing some old ass pictures. Like, you want to see what your grandfather looked on your father's side? All of a sudden it looks like a straight so-called black man, your great-grandfather. You'd be confused, but guess what? That's what the fuck you are.
I don't know, spiritual person, but matter of fact, in my family, so I'm so-called French Canadian. My family, we don't have pictures of our great grandparents. Like we put those away. We hid those actually. We don't.
wow.
I've never seen them, so I don't know what my great grandpa looked like. So
Wow.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
also a spiritual aspect to it because remember when you read it in the Apocrypha, they use the Urim and the Thummim to decide whether the Levites were truly Levites or not. Even though they didn't have records of them, they didn't have records because usually back in the day, because you read in the Old Testament, you'll have records. He began him began him, but at a point in time that was burned. So that's why when you brought out that Romans, the Spirit bear witness with our spirit. Hey, it's also a spiritual aspect to it, man. Because Bob Marley, his father would be a so-called white man, but Bob Marley has the spirit of a Jake.
Definitely.
Well, he's got that talent.
Definitely.
And that's the scriptures say we're the salt of the earth. When it goes to the salt, when the scripture's talking about that, it's not talking about literally you just walk around pieces of salt. No. It's talking about we have season, we have flavor, we have talents, we have gifts. And those gifts make it obvious or shown forth, man.
Yeah.
And each and every brother that's on this planet right now as an Israelite, they got some sort of talent where they excel at more than others that just stands out above the heathen nations. Like me in particular, I got talent in the arts. I'm good with the pen and the pad. Other brothers can make music. Other brothers can fight, box, and all that. I mean, all Jake can fucking whoop your ass when it comes to Edomite.
Pretty much.
but pretty much, like,
Push it, yeah.
but those talents, man, we ain't nothing to fuck with. That's why we're that light of the earth, man.
Right.
So you gotta pay attention. You put all those things together, then that's when you can kind of figure out if you're whether or not you're Israelite.
Yeah. Because like certain groups see you up here, not just you, because we got several brothers, but they're like, you got a white boy up here, man. They won't even deal. They won't even deal with you, man. They be like, oh yeah, he's a so-called white boy. And
they're not looking at the spirit.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like ISUPK, matter of fact, them Old Testament dudes, they say, bro, they say I'm not even Israelite because I'm too light skinned. I'm too light. You ain't an Israelite. I gotta be jet black with nappy ass hair. You know what I'm saying? With a patchy ass beard. You know what I'm saying? With black lips in order to be equated to Israelite, which them guys are not spiritual, man.
Those Israelites ride the short bus. The Old Testament niggas.
Yeah.
You Old Testament niggas, y'all the remedial class of Israel.
Yeah. And they hate Northern Kingdom too, man.
Right.
They despise the Northern Kingdom. They see a so-called Mexican up here. What do you that's a Marigout. For one thing, you had more Paleo Hebrew relics found among the northern tribes, the Native American and Taino Indians, than any other nation on the planet. Because actually, when you go into this 12 tribe breakdown, predominantly the native Israelites are so-called indigenous people, man. Indians, man. Like all
because when we come over here to Americas, man, we migrated here when we came to Arsara, and we were living here for at least over 1,000 years, man. So all that stuff is here engraved in stone. Literally, you go to Puerto Rico, you go in this cave, there's just Paleo Hebrew all over the cave, man.
Yeah, right.
Yep. But they ain't find that among Amalek though. Them so-called Amalek, the Amalekites. You know?
They claim they got they genealogy all the way back. Back to the Lord. They got it on a big ass long scroll. Like, shut up, nigga.
Because technically, like Assyria, yep.
But on top of that too, like over here, when you have, there wasn't any other heathen nations we were living amongst over here. It was just mostly all Jake living in Asara. There was nobody else to mix it up and take some artifacts. There's so much. If you go walking in the woods long enough, you're gonna stumble across something, man. You're gonna stumble. But we're not in the land of Africa right now, so it's a lot easier. Like the brother said, it's a lot easier to find those physical archaeological evidences. So you Negro only lights are fucking retarded.
And that's why I wanted to just make the point. This is why it's going to be a task of the Lord. Yahweh Shai is going to have to do it himself, because you can't just look up on a man by looking at him and tell who's who. This is a task the Lord is going to do. And number two, he wanted this to be a spiritual thing because like the brother said earlier, the Spirit bears witness. That's how he wants to delineate. And to go one step further, is going to be a further sifting. Even among the Israelites, there's going to be people that are not going to make it. So it's not just going to be sifting between heathen and Israelites. It's going to be a further sifting of the Israelites who are with it and the Israelites who are not.
The elect and the non-elect.
Right. So it goes further than skin color. It goes to the spirit, man. You know?
You got more than that?
I have one.
Nah, you got it, bro. Y'all start speaking too, man.
This is Ezekiel chapter 39, verses 25 in the NLT. And the caption for this part says restoration of God's people. It says, so now
this is what the sovereign Lord says. I will end the captivity of my people. I will have mercy on all Israel, for I jealously guard my holy reputation. They will accept responsibility for their past shame and unfaithfulness after they come home to live in peace in their own land.
Now, why do they say they're going to accept the shame, man? Because Jake was living heathenistic lifestyles, man.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? When we found out the truth, we felt shame about the shit we was doing in the past, man. You felt bad for ordering that fucking BK stacker with extra bacon.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Well, the stackers used to be hitting
Motherfucker,
though.
They put that generic ass mac sauce on that shit, bro. I remember them days.
So like,
Bacon be soggy as hell.
You get my 30.
But it's saying you feel bad for eating that pork. You feel bad for smoking that weed, man. You feel bad for hanging out with niggas and committing adultery, man.
Don't grow up in Louisiana.
Yeah, oh yeah.
My whole childhood is
shame.
a goddamn embarrassment, man. Crawfish boils.
Right.
That is, man, I don't even want to look back at that highlight reel.
Yeah, bro. I used to
They
do
eat
that
that
shit.
y'all,
That's a demon right there.
yeah. Y'all ate that shit for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, man.
Yeah.
Crawfish boiled for real.
How do you? I'm surprised y'all ain't dropped dead.
Yeah.
Ezekiel 39 and 25. So now this is what the sovereign Lord says. I will end the captivity of my people. I will have mercy on all Israel. For I jealously guard my holy reputation. They will accept responsibility for their past shame and unfaithfulness after they come home to live in peace in their own land.
That's why the Most High said that we're going to remember ourselves, man. We're going to think upon His name in the land of our captivity, and we're going to remember ourselves, man. So this is that process. This is that refining process, man. Yeah, go ahead.
They say they come home to live in peace in their own land with no one to bother them. Verse 27, when I bring them home from the lands of their enemies, I will display my holiness among them for all the nations to see.
Now, I'm going to ask y'all brothers a question. Now, that applied to the people in the land today. Where's the peace at? Where's the world peace?
Right.
See, they're claiming to be something, but they don't fit the bill. My thing, if you were the Israelites, then why you still through political means erupting wars and having so-called, certain political movements to protect your people when you're supposed to be dependent on the Most High, man? Why do you get in governing aid? If you are autonomy or you have autonomous means and you are the world's chosen people, why the hell do you need to take welfare payouts from a different nation, man? Why do you need to do that? When the Lord said that He was gonna make us autonomous again, we was gonna come back in our land, and we wasn't gonna be under your oppression anymore, man. You know?
That's right.
It say, I'm gonna read that part again. Ezekiel 39 verse 27, when I bring them home from their lands of their enemies, I will display my holiness among them for all the nations to see. So if the Lord is going to get you from the lands of your enemies, aren't you going to look like your enemies, man? Because even though the 12 tribe sign gives us a good basis of where the majority of the Israelites are, we still have a amount of Israelites that are scattered throughout all four corners of the earth, as the scripture said, man.
Yeah, that's right.
So yeah, you got Israelites in China, man. You got Israelites in Japan, man. Australia, of Africa, you know.
Like, be honest with you, like, let's just say if we had a 12 tribe sign in Africa, I mean, technically, they will have this sign because the deliverance really focused on America. But let's just say if brothers were specifically prophesying to the demographic over there in the Western coast, they'll have this sign based on the Americas, but to be technically honest, Zebulon and such in a different land would be considered a different byword in that particular land. You know what I'm saying? Like a so-called Mexican, unless he moved over there to West Africa, he probably wouldn't be called that. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So-
that's a good example because over there in Iran,
Yeah.
they got this, I forget what they call it. It's like a certain tribe,
Yeah.
they in the hood over there.
Yeah.
And they call them a certain name.
Pashtuns.
What's it called?
Pashtuns.
Pashtuns.
Yeah.
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 You got the All Like Dam too in Yemen.
I like that. Yup.
The All Like Dam, that means brother of blood.
Brother blood, yeah.
It's Arabic, but it's basically based off of Hebrew. All Like Dam, you know. And they are the lowest of the low. They get fucked up over there.
Yeah.
Them Yemenis. You can tell they dark skinned too.
Yeah, they catch on.
And a lot of Jakes that go over there, they sit them right over there with their ass, man.
I got a few more verses too.
Japan too. They got this dude, this rapper over there called his Team Tamamodachi. Motherfucker, this Japanese dude, Jake, rapper. I mean, it's,
A lot of them old
it's definitely
samurais
Jake,
too.
man.
Say,
Let him finish.
Then my people, Ezekiel 39:28 NLT. Then my people, say,
Somebody hold Isaiah 11:11.
say, then my people will know that I am the Lord their God, because I sent them away to exile and brought them home again. I will leave none of my people behind.
Right.
I will never again turn my face from them, for I will pour out my spirit unto the people of Israel. I, the sovereign Lord, have spoken.
Yeah, man, and the Most High, that's what he's doing, man. He's pouring out his spirit, and when we get back in our land, it's going to be well known who we are as a people, man. That does not fit those people over there in the land of Israel, because they're getting literally bombed. They're bombing people. They're just wicked as all hell. They've been exposed, man. And like the elder Malcolm always say, he said that the whole world is waking up that the small hat is not those people on that sign, man.
Very Edomites, I think that.
Yeah. And it's so funny though, because there's a division among them and Edomites in America. They call them Edomites in America Esau, and they basically go into the prophets. He said, well, yeah, Esau is going to be destroyed. But wait a minute, man. You're the chief of families. You're Amalek. You're the top. Yeah, you equate. You're basically like the Judah of Amalek, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So when you try to throw the hot ball to somebody else, like, wait a minute, man. Then we take all the burden and responsibility because your wickedness, but then when it comes to us getting fucked up, you want to step back, man.
So that kills the whole idea of supersessionism. These Christians gonna think the Lord gonna replace it. No, the Lord said He's gonna go through the painstaking process of gathering every single one out of every nation. Man.
Supersessionism does not exist. This whole book deals with the chosen lineage from front to back.
That's right.
That's it, bro. Like I said,
Prime example, right? The three holy children. The names Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, those are not Hebrew names.
Yeah.
They were Babylonian names. But were they Israelites? Absolutely. They had Hebrew names. And this goes to show you that we take on the names of the nations that we go into captivity with. You know?
Yeah, because they had Hebrew names, but they would change the Babylon name. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. I think it was Shell. It was what it was. It started with Azariah, Ananias, and Mishael. I forgot how to pronounce it, but they basically had the names of the prophets we on. Like we got so-called government names, but when we come back to our heritage, we got Hebrew names as well.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 11 and 11. It says, and it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall set his hand again, the second time, to recover the remnant of his people. It says, which shall be left from Assyria, and from Egypt, and from Pathros, and from Cush, and from Elam, and from Shinar, and from Hamath, and from the islands of the sea. And he shall set up an ensign for the nations, and shall assemble the outcasts of Israel, and gather together the dispersed of Judah from the four corners of the earth.
It said the dispersed of Judah. Keep going, bro.
Verse 13, it says, the envy also of Ephraim shall depart, and the adversaries of Judah shall be cut off. Ephraim shall not envy Judah, and Judah shall not vex Ephraim.
Yeah, because right now it's a division among the tribes right now. So when we all come back together, like when you see the brothers out at the camps, we all in unison together, man. Jake and the hood is still divided, but when we come back to this, we're all together. This is why the Lord said they should be as to one stick in the book of Ezekiel, man. Because we're coming back, and this is the first time since the split that all the tribes have come back together on the side, which proves that the deliverance is on the way, man. You know? No coincidence why those migrants was allowed, even though on a surface level, that was to fulfill prophecy and to also bring a lot of Jakes up here to get destroyed. But overall, that proves that the Lord and the deliverance is going to come from the land of the north, man. Because a lot of those migrants that came across here, some of them could be of the elect. You know, a lot of them are not, but some of them can be of the elect, man. You know?
That's also what I mentioned real quick, is that the Most High shall set up an ensign for the nation, which an ensign can go into a banner, you know, which pretty much represent the men of the Lord coming out here with the 2 sticks, you know, the 12 tribe chart, waking our people up and proclaiming to them who we are, man. You know, their lost heritage, they lost identity. You know, that's that banner to these nations, man.
Yeah. I want to say this: a lot of you tribes are gonna die having hatred for other tribes, man.
Yeah.
All that tribe beef and shit, that shit gotta go, man.
Yeah.
Especially amongst Northern Kingdom and Southern Kingdom. You know, because you have so-called blacks that are gonna die because they have hatred for so-called Latinos, man. And, hey, it's the same way. You have a lot of Latinos gonna die because you have hatred for so-called blacks, man.
Bro, what I noticed too among Ephraim and Manasseh, look just alike, but they can't stand each other, man. Like in Issachar, everybody hates Issachar, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But overall, man, Ephraim hates Manasseh. Manasseh hates Ephraim. Simeon hates Zebulon. It's just a big, because the Lord said He was gonna break the brotherhood between Judah and Ephraim, man. You know what I'm saying? You got Haitians that hate. Jermaine was this one dude I used to work with, and he hated me because I'm a Levite. I'm a so-called Haitian on my father's side. And his father was put, you good, come on, man. You good. And his father was allegedly put to death by a Haitian, and he was a Benjamite. You know what I'm saying? A coconut head Benjamite, man. Bonehead, man. And he hated Haitians so much to the point we couldn't really be in the same room with one another, man. I ain't know this dude from a fucking pot to piss in, and he didn't like me off the strength because somebody put his wicked ass father in the spirit world, man. Yeah, but that's the curses, man. That proves the curses are real.
That most recent fight with Benavidez, man, he's fighting Morrell. You could feel the tension
Yeah,
in that fight.
yeah.
I mean, they was cool after the match, but you could feel it, man. Like
Mexican giant, yeah, they was talking shit.
That's why I said the adversaries of Judah shall be cut off. Because like the brothers mentioned earlier, man, them Negro only, black only Israelites, you niggas are adversaries, man. Because here we are at the end of this deal, you know what I'm saying, trying to gather up the lost sheep, you know, all 12 tribes so we can get the fuck up out of here. And you niggas want to keep it with a nigga, like the brother said, a nappy hair, black lips, you know what I'm saying? You got to look a certain stereotype. No, man, that's not how this thing works.
Yeah, them niggas, they got what they call the brown paper bag syndrome. If you lighter than that, you can't be an Israelite. If you a so-called dark-skinned man and you got a fine grade of hair, you a heathen.
Right.
All because, you know, Jake Beard ain't patching and he ain't got dreadlocks to the bottom of his head. And all you niggas that call yourself, all you black-only Israelite niggas, man, you're dusty. You don't take care of your dreads, man. You look like you fucking sit in the basement and smoke backwoods all goddamn day, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Listen to fucking Bob Marley.
They all got dreadlocks.
Yeah, man.
Sounds like my cousin.
Hey, you saw them niggas, man? They trying to go out to the streets now. It's another camp. I think it's called. I did a lesson on them clowns maybe 2 weeks ago, and now they just sitting up on the highways and byways, no literature, no nothing, out there with a goddamn tuxedo on. One nigga out there looking like a Crucial Conflict member, man, and he just calling out random jakes, like, oh man, you know, just calling people out. Or, you know, so-called blacks or Hispanic, they ain't Israelites. Like, dude, what are you out there for, bro?
Right. Because the true members of the elect, when they hear this word, they gonna dead that shit. Like what you read in Isaiah, bro, it says Judah and Ephraim are gonna have a moment, basically. They're gonna like, wait a minute, we not supposed to be fighting each other.
Yeah.
They're the devil.
Yeah.
You know, that's supposed to be that moment's supposed to happen if you're a sincere and righteous man.
And that's approaching too, because you know they is pressing Issachar right now, heavy. You got niggas. This nigga woman got on camera. She was like talking about, I heard they paying you $700-800 if you find an illegal and you report them, they're gonna give you a $700-800 reward. I'm not gonna give me up right now.
Yeah.
Hey, niggas like that gonna be put down, man.
Right.
Hey, because right now the squeeze is already being felt in the economy. You know how many houses right now are fucking being unbuilt because behind this shit? I mean, going in these restaurants, all your little favorite places to eat, them shit's about to go out of business, man.
Yeah, come with me, Jose.
Hey, I went to a firehouse place the other night, man. That shit was good as fuck. Walk in the back, it's all Issachar in there.
Yeah,
Bro,
good for him.
hey, you go down the streets of Mediterranean Market in Westport, even though those are so-called Arabs or Palo, whatever the fuck they are, it's an Issacharite cooking the food, man. Which proved, because they know the culture is that's y'all. I'm like, y'all cook that shit better than, even though Mexican food, that's really Mediterranean food, man.
Right, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So-called that really goes back. It's Mediterranean food, bro.
It's the same food, but they use the ingredients of where the land they was in. They use the ingredients from Mexico.
Right,
Yep.
Same shit.
But they cook, bro. Like he made this fucking, it's something called a shawarma wrap. It's basically chicken and chickpeas.
Yeah,
Shit is good as hell, man. I'm like, yeah, it's kind of cooking that food up, man.
And good, bro, but they still raise the price. They'll get the labor down for the low in Issachar back there, man.
Yeah.
They'll still keep the prices high, man. You know?
But what happens when Issachar gets deported? They gonna have to run their own establishment. You don't want no goddamn Hamite cooking fucking Mediterranean food, man. You know?
Actually, on the point of that, trying to take each other, I remember when I first came across all that stuff, it kind of like that made more sense. I'm from Quebec, which is French Canadian stuff, and I was always taught, being French Canadian, you got to hate all these other people. And we specifically pointed out specific, so-called blacks, so-called Hispanics. Like, I don't know why we have to move against them, or do now, but it never felt right. And then I did kind of have that moment you talked about. When I came across GMS, I was like, wait a minute, wait a minute, something ain't right here.
You're supposed to recognize good and evil, the wicked and the righteous, man. You're supposed to see past what a person looks. That's why the Lord came breaking things down in the spirit, man. He gave us the fruits of the spirit for a reason, man. You know?
Sorry.
Not just so you can be
world
carnal.
famous.
Not so you can be carnal and be like, that brother ain't got an afro. Fuck him.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Because there's strength in brotherly love, man. There's strength in looking out for your nation. Because the scriptures say when a stranger come to your town, you're supposed to take care of him, man.
Yeah.
You ain't supposed to be like, nigga, where you from? And when the fuck you leaving? Nah, you supposed to invite that man to your crib, host him, feed him. Even if you ain't never met this man a day of life, you will show him love because he was an Israelite, man.
Yeah.
Now you a so-called black man, go to a so-called Mexican hood, they ready for you to get your tacos and leave, man. Hey, me, you ain't kicking me out, nigga. I'm gonna kick you. Fuck you.
And listen to the music, nigga.
Take tacos and chill.
Hey, precept real quick. This is the book of Zechariah 9, and I'm gonna start at 12. And it says here, turn you to the strongholds, you prisoners of hope. It says, even today do I declare that I will render double unto thee. It says, when I have bent Judah for me and filled the bow of Ephraim, that's that aha moment. It says, and raised up thy sons, O Zion, against thy sons, O Greece, and made thee as a sword of a mighty man. So the tribes are gonna link back up, man. Because there was a video that came out maybe like 2 weeks ago of Jakes was saying, well, look, man, we gonna help our so-called Mexican and Venezuelan brothers, man. Because hey, now it look like they getting ready to target Manasseh. And eventually he's gonna come down to Judah, and he's just gonna eliminate Judah, man.
Get on that list.
He gonna go. Yeah, he started at the bottom. He started here and working his way up. He's gonna say Jake for last, man. Because the small hat, they can't stand Judah. They hate Judah,
And they're also afraid of him.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, it makes sense.
Because they know the blessing lies with Judah. They know that once Judah get right, they know once this nigga wake up right here, once he wakes up, that's when the ripple effect gonna trickle through Israel. When a black man raises up, man, and stop being a damn coward, that's when all the tribes will wake up, man. See, the problem about you niggas, man, you too goddamn pacified, bro. You too focused on some fucking generational wealth. Fuck your generational wealth, man. America's finna be destroyed.
That's right.
Right.
You gotta wake up and know who your oppressor is, man, and that this world hates you. I went to go see Marvel Captain America last night, man. Them Edomites hate the fact that a nigga playing that role, bro. It was so bad that an Edomite chick, and you always saw Six Flags, you always seen that Six Flags Great America commercial with an old dude dancing and shit?
Oh, yeah.
It was a dude that looked like that with an Edomite chick, where she could have been a Jake. She left out of the movie because she cursed out an Edomite. She said, you fucking racist ass crack. Y'all always talking about so-called black people. She cursed the whole fucking movie theater out, man. I'm just sitting there with my cup, but I'm drinking. Like, you know, she went in, you know. Yeah.
My grandma, she didn't even like Marvel. She was getting all upset about that movie, and I was like, what do you care?
Hey, this 1 John 4:19. We love him because he first loved us. If a man say, I love the Most High, and hated his brother, he is a liar. All right? So you got a lot of members on that side, a lot of Mexicans, Latinos, so-called blacks. They will say they love God, but yet they hate the same members of their own tribe or their own nation, man. See what I'm saying? We trying to end that fucking tribe beef shit, man. But you can't do it through any other way but the spirit, man. Niggas can't come together under Crip.
Right.
Niggas can't come together under blood, man. Under fucking Latin King, whatever.
BD on BD.
Yeah, GD, BD.
Definitely not black.
Black
No,
Stone.
man. Only way y'all gonna come together is through the names of Yahweh and Yahweh Shah.
That's right.
And this is why we got examples in the scriptures. You see, King Moses, what happened when he saw his brother getting hands put on him? He went out and caught a body, man.
Yeah.
He was, now, imagine this, he was way up, he was under the Pharaoh, man.
Yeah.
He had no reason to get down there and dirty and risk all of that wealth that he had, but he was a righteous spirit in him.
Yeah.
You see? He caught a body for that, and he had to flee, man.
Yeah. He had
How
to hide
many
the
of you
body.
niggas would do that, man?
He had to hide it. And the funny part about it is after he killed him, and then you had two niggas fight. And then he came up like, man, what's up, bro? Like, what y'all doing? He beating up Jake, pushed Jake off. He looked down like, nigga, fuck man, Lord over us.
gonna kill us?
He said, you gonna kill me just like you killed. Like, wait a minute, man. I'm telling him, like, you can't win with niggas, man.
That was an Old Testament only nigga back
Yeah, hell yeah.
Old Testament beef.
Hey, how many Salaki, bro? I'm gonna let you get it. But how many niggas got Psalms 23 with the praying hands, with the cross tattooed on their arm, and they done put another nigga
They
in the
got
dirt?
Jesus on
Yeah,
them.
and kill other
Y'all
Jakes.
get the whole portrait on them.
Yeah.
They say, 1 John 4:20, if a man say, I love the Most High, and hated his brother, he is a liar.
Yep.
For he that loveth not his brother, whom he has seen, how can he love the Most High, whom he has not seen? And this is why you need the truth, because the truth is going to tell you who your brother and who's not your brother. Because, hey, these niggas, they not our brother either, man.
Hell
That's
no.
why the brother of Uriah said you got to make a difference between the elect and the non-elect.
It's a filtering process. Got a quick one. This is Ecclesiastes 1 and 9 says, the thing that hath been, it is that which shall be, and that which is done is that which shall be done, and there is no new thing under the sun. The elders made a good point. You know, hey, the way Esau came and rolled, he rolls on Jake, and he's trickling on down. Right now, he's starting down at the bottom, and he's working his way up to Judah. Well, that was done in about a couple hundred years ago too. When they came over here to the so-called Americans, who they fucking start killing first and did genocide on? It was the Northern Kingdom. We started at the fucking bottom. He came over here, he landed in Richport, Puerto Rico. He took out fucking Ephraim, Manasseh.
Yep.
Worked his way up. He took out Gad.
Yep.
And now he's working his way up to the fucking top. So you niggas can go ahead and hate the Northern Kingdom all you want. You can talk shit about this so-called Mexicans being deported all you want. Guess what? You next, motherfucker, man.
Right.
They're gonna lock your ass up right in them camps too. They're gonna behead you too. Take you away from your kids too. And you're gonna know how it felt. Why? Because you fucking laughed at your brother being put down instead of embracing him and supporting him.
Hey, brother, I love the Northern Kingdom, and I damn sure love the Northern Kingdom women.
Bring it out.
Bro, you see some of these motherfucking these Simeonite. Hey, the Simeonite woman almost look like the Judite woman, man. They got it's a lot of Judah. A lot of them Simeonite women be Judah low key, but they got the big lips. They look just like the Judite woman to a certain degree. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, them Simeonite women is bad as hell, man.
You know they Israelites because the only woman I really had to like, you know, put hands on a few times. Was
Yeah.
Goddamn Simeon.
And them bitches are crazy, man.
Bitch fight like a nigga and speak Spanish, man.
Yeah.
My girl actually is Issacharite, so like.
See, you got it, see? You already know, man. Good.
This is probably like throwing shit at you, man.
I got one after you out. You got it.
This is the book of Jeremiah 31:10.
Throwing shit.
All right, it says, hear the word of the Lord Yahweh, O ye nations, and declare it in the isles afar off, and say, he that scattered Israel will gather him, and keep him as a shepherd doth his flock.
Right. So every nation has Israelites, man. Every nation has Israelites. We're at the bottom of every nation. We're scattered everywhere, man. And this, you got to understand that, man. You know, because you're gonna read the scriptures and get confused. You know, and the Lord says this over and over and over again. This is written multiple times in Jeremiah, multiple times in Ezekiel, multiple times in Isaiah. How many times does he have to say it? So when you read the New Testament and see Jew or Greek, you're not supposed to be confused by that, man. You're supposed to know who the audience is. There's a remnant that was scattered everywhere.
Right.
Go ahead.
Verse 11, it says, for the Lord hath redeemed Jacob, and ransomed him from the hand of him that was stronger than he. Okay, it says, you want me to keep going?
Start over. Read that again. Start over, bro. Yeah.
This is Jeremiah 31 and 10. It says, hear the word of Yahweh, O ye nations, and declare it in the isles afar off. And say, he that scattered Israel will gather him and keep him as a shepherd doth his flock.
All right, now, why don't the Christians go into scattering? Okay, because that's clearly talking about Israel at a latter time, man, because now I mean, the prophecy said that we was going to be dispersed among all the kingdoms with the Most High scatterers, man. So when you go into the New Testament and Paul went to those Israelites that were scattered abroad, it was talking about these people, but there came another falling away first. It's like the Most High dished us out, but then after a while, he just threw us here.
If you want to find us, I'm sorry, that spirit keeps moving. If you want to, and you're going to find Israelite foreigners, like look at the bottom of wherever, whatever side you're looking at. You're not going to find Israelite foreigners talking at the top of like the French Canadian oil industry or whatever. No, they're going to be like sitting at the bottom, working the class in the mines.
Even then, yep, just a beautiful point, because like among the Philippines, a lot of the Filipinos go back into Issachar, man, because a lot of the slaves should have docked in the Philippines too, man, and dropped off a lot of jakes out there, and they dealt with them women. And a lot of times they live separate from the actual people of that nation, man.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like what was the Indians? What was the name you called them? I forgot. What are they called?
Pashtuns.
Pashtun. Yep. They live separate among the actual East.
That's actually something. I'm sorry, the spirit keeps moving. So sorry if I keep talking.
Nah, you good.
That's something I noticed is like whenever, even before I came to the truth or whatever, is I noticed like all of the other guys in Quebec or whatever look at me kind of weird, they're like, never really got along with people who speak my people or whatever.
Yeah.
That's kind of thing you notice that if you listen to like Israelite foreigner stories, they always have that kind of separation from everyone else. Like you're not my guy, you're not my brother.
This is spiritual, bro. We go through the same thing. Because you got a peculiar spirit. A peculiar, people think it goes into like just this extravagant. Peculiar goes into like kind of odd, weird, kind of kooky, a little bit different. We're different, man. Hey, niggas are weird, man. We just so used to seeing them, but niggas are weird. You know what I'm saying?
Think about all of the dancing. Think about the dancing aspect of things, right? What were they doing? What was the modern dance back in the 1800s? Niggas was waltzing, doing all kind of shit. As soon as you let Jake off the plantation, he was doing all kind of dance music. It exploded. But when you first look at it, it looks weird. But now it's catchy. Now it's popular.
The best music comes out of Judah. That's all I'm going to say.
Well, everybody bites off Jake's culture, man. Yeah. But going back to the point I made, the falling away again goes into us being thrown even further across the world. Because remember in Acts, the 1st chapter, Yahweh Shai said that you should be a witness unto me and to Jerusalem and into the utmost parts of the earth, man. We at the farthest side of the planet Earth, man. Which the mass awakening was going to come from. All right? You got more on that, Ricardo? What is the point? Okay. Quick precept, going back to the point you brothers made earlier. This is the book of Leviticus 19, and I'm going to start at verses 15. This is called be righteous in dealings, and this is one thing our people don't exercise towards each other, the law. And it says here, you should do no unrighteousness in judgment, but thou should not respect the persons of the poor, nor honor the persons of the mighty, but in righteousness should thou judge thy neighbor. Now, how many times do you go in the hood and a nigga put a nigga on a pedestal because he's like a drug dealer or got money or he got the best cars or the women? But instead, among, Jake that was probably like lames or geeks, they get casted out, man. That's unrighteous because you're supposed to exercise the royal law to all Israel, man. And it says here, thou should not go up and down as a talebearer among thy people. And that's big in the Negro community, man, in Jake community, period. The gossiping, the talebearing, talking shit behind each other's back, man. Sleeping with each other's woman. Hey, adultery runs rampant among these people, man. You know what I'm saying? And it says here, reading on, and it says, neither should thou stand against the blood of thy neighbor. I am Yahweh. It says, thou should not hate thy brother in thy heart. It's a big one, man. And this is where the Christians get mixed up at, because when Yahweh Shai quoted that, see, the Lord said love everybody. No, the Lord was quoting the law, Leviticus 19. And it says, thou shalt not hate thy brother in thy heart, and thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor and not suffer sin upon him, man. All right? And it says, thou shalt not avenge nor bear any grudge against the children of thy people, but thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. I am Yahweh. And that's the scripture the Christians take out of context. Is they think a neighbor is talking about fucking Billy Bob Thornton or some shit, man. Which he, I don't know. Or, some heathen.
You gotta love Uncle Dave down the
Yeah,
street.
yeah, like Uncle Dave is a damn pedophile, man. You know what I'm saying? We ain't gotta love Uncle Dave, but the scriptures do say live peaceably among all men if possible. But that don't mean I gotta love Esau, because you got these clowns by the IUIC that teaches that, oh, thou shalt not abhor an Edomite because he is thy brother. That ain't talking about Esau, man. And that word abhor does not mean hate, nigga. It means avoid, or kind of avoid. That's what abhor means, man. It don't mean hate. All right?
Hate him. I mean, you can't avoid him.
Yeah, but you can hate Esau. You're supposed to hate him. You gotta hate Esau, man. Anybody that teaches you to not hate Esau, that them niggas going off, man.
That's Lord and
You know?
No, I was gonna say, and that thou shalt not abhor Edomite. I'm pretty sure that was a mistranslation for Assyrian.
It was. It's
You know,
Assyrian.
Yeah, because we have dealings with the Syrians, man. So that wasn't even going into Esau.
Yeah. But they don't know that because they don't go into the Hebrew. You got to go into the Hebrew to know that word Edomite is really Syrian. Yep. But then see, IUIC, they hate the Hebrew, so they would never know that. But because it says Esau, then they gonna say, well, it says Esau, brother, because them clowns, yeah, they run away from the Hebrew to be justified on not calling Yahweh by Shem by their pure names.
IUIC might as well be like attacking Christians.
That's what they really are, man.
The da and the ra look very similar in Hebrew. You know, if you replace the Adam versus Aram, you can get a different nation just by one letter.
In the Assyrian script, it look damn near the same.
Yeah, for real. I appreciate that. This is Baruch chapter 2, verse 29. It says, if you will not hear my voice, surely this very great multitude shall be turned into a small number among the nations where I will scatter them. What does it mean, a great nation being turned small? That means you're going to take the biggest nation, which are the Israelites. We would be scattered among all the nations, and we would be called what? Minorities. You know, we would be considered the bottom of every nation that we were in. Okay, this is why you got one of those classes in every nation. In India, you got the so-called untouchables. You know, and ain't nothing they can do. It don't matter how smart you are or nothing. If you were born as an untouchable, that's it. Same thing at the top. You got the bombers in India. It don't matter how stupid they are, man. If you born, you paid, man. You know?
Hey, Salakia, man, I was reading a comment board. Hey, a brother just said IUIC just did a pop the balloon shit, bro. Are you serious? It don't surprise me though, bro. It don't surprise me at all. I mean, at this point, it ain't nothing. I won't put nothing past them, man. They probably have bar mitzvahs and all types. I mean, it don't surprise me, man.
They even got a woman bishop.
Yeah, the bishop. Yeah, I mean, yeah, like, you know, hey, that's what they want to do. Let them do what they want to do, man. But we gonna continue to focus on the prophecies of the Lord because this place is getting ready to be destroyed.
Right. And then, just to add on, you know, the topic of the theme, you know, going into Israelite foreigners, this really breaks down Christian ideology because that's a universal concept. As long as you accept Jesus Christ in your heart, you won't be able to make it. Fuck what you did, fuck what you look like, fuck what you did. Now, us here, we very exclusive, man.
Yes, sir.
You know, and we don't base it off of skin color. Like this brother right here, we don't automatically write him off and say, you know what, take your ass up the street. No, man. We gotta look on the inside the same way how Shah looks on the inside.
Yeah.
But Christians, they don't have discernment, man.
Yeah, because the scriptures say you should be able to discern between the righteous and the wicked, man. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people that look like so-called white. Hey, Bruce Lee, one of my favorite martial artists in the whole world, Bruce Lee, man. I don't care what nobody say, that man was definitely an Hebrew Israelite, bro. Definitely a Jake. Him, Jackie Chan, Jet Li, all the greats were Israelites, man. Jean-Claude Van Damme, Tony Jaa. Oh, yeah, he's definitely, yeah. Yeah, you know, a lot of them people from Thailand are Jakes, man. A lot of them.
Eddie Pacquiao.
Oh, yeah, he's Issachar. I definitely Issachar, right? Yeah.
He fights just like an Issachar.
Yeah. Got that big ass head. You got a piece of y'all? Go ahead, okay.
This is Matthew 22, verse 36. Says, Master, which is the great commandment in the law? Yahweh said unto him, Thou shalt love Yahweh thy God with all thy heart, and with all thy soul, and with all thy mind. This is the first and great commandment, and the second is like unto it. Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. On these two commandments hang all the law and the prophets.
Hang all the law and the prophets. And that says that because that's what the law, statutes, and commandments sum up showing love to your fellow Israelite brother, man.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
what it's about. It doesn't mean that those are the only two laws. See, the Christians will teach that, oh, well, God done away with the laws of sacrifice. He done away with this. You can do this, that. Now we just got to love you and say, I love you, and be sentimental now. That's not what the hell that means, man. Okay, because when you read the commandments, matter of fact, get that at Exodus 20, bro. And start at verses 1, man. Let's get some of the commandments, man. And it's going to prove itself.
Because the Christians, they like to cherry pick doctrine that sounds good.
Because it's about their feelings.
It's about their feelings, and it's about them making money as well. And ultimately, man, most people cannot stomach the Bible, man. When you really boil it down, when you get to the dark parts of the scriptures, only the elect can stomach this. This is why the scriptures say it goes into your mouth sweet and it turns bitter. The only people that don't vomit this thing up are the elect. Everybody else that tries to read the scriptures and go into it, they end up rejecting it, man. You know? Some things sound good, some things sound... And Christians will get up there and say, oh, that sounds good. You know, oh, God is love. Yeah, that sounds good. Oh yeah, well, he that leadeth into captivity must go into captivity. Now I don't know about that part.
Right.
You know?
It's like that new age hippie shit, basically.
Yeah, because
full of
they're
Jesus on it.
Right, because they're curating a doctrine, man. You know, that's what this is. You know.
Did you read verse 30 in that book too?
No, I should have.
Yeah. What you feel about Shaq?
Let's go through, let's go in Baruch. Yeah, let's hit Baruch all
This
day.
is Baruch chapter 2, verse 29 again. It says, if you will not hear my voice, surely this very great multitude shall be turned into a small number among the nations, where I will scatter them. For I knew that they would not hear me, because it is a stiff-necked people. But in the land of their captivities, they shall remember themselves.
Hey, so that's a prophecy right now, man. We remember who we are. And that alone right there shows that we got to be the real people. Because when did all of a sudden, the so-called JEWs, when did they ever forget who they were? Because according to them, they've always known. They're going to tell you that they Levi. I'm Levi. I'm Levi. Well, let me see your family tree. How do you prove that? And then they start going digging further and find out they fucking German and shit.
Yeah.
You know? So now we all remember ourselves, and we remember by artifacts, through the spirit. Everything is, the scriptures line up perfectly that we are the children of Yahweh, man.
Right.
That's right.
I mean, by default, just look at how we are, man, as a people. It's just something about Jake, like, you know, and this is why the world ostracizes, because there's something special about us, bro. Like, we stand out among everybody. When you look at the top athletes, the top entertainers, they're all Israelites, man. You know what I'm saying? Even among so-called white entertainers that got the sauce, they're Israelites, man. Like, what's it? Justin Timberlake, definitely a Jake, man.
Alan Thicke, his father, yeah.
Fucking what's my boy name? Phil Collins, man. Can't tell me Phil Collins ain't an Israelite.
I remember I saw this one. There's this guy. He's like I don't think he's really known to part of Quebec, but this guy, Michel Bobia, and he looks white as snow. All right, he looks like an Edomite, and he's like one of the greatest. He's like a great singer. Oh man, I love his music. And I was seeing an interview when it was, and his dad was there. His dad looked like an Issacharite.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, and his mom was like blonde hair, blue eyed, Edomite chick. And I was looking, I'm like, oh, so he a Jake. All right.
Yeah. Hey, shit.
Canelo almost looks like a so-called white.
Yeah, you got the red. That's why the nigga think he all that, because he look like.
Oh, you know, I found out Ryan Gosling, man. I seen an old video of him. This nigga, remember Star Search back in the day, in the 90s?
Yeah.
He was in some old video. I saw this nigga dancing, bro. I was like, bro, he was smoother than MC Hammer, bro. It was
Shit.
Ryan Gosling. He looked like a straight Edomite, like playing in them movies and shit. But he was moving, bro. He had the baggy, like,
That
purple
nigga
pants.
Vanilla Ice, man.
Vanilla Ice, yeah. He was
that
moving
nigga.
but he was actually colder, to be honest.
Shit.
He outdid him.
Hey, John Travolta. Let's get another dude. Bruce Willis.
Yeah, Bruce
Jake.
Willis.
Fucking. I think Bill Murray is a Jake, low key. Yeah, Bill Murray got
Jason
to be.
Statham probably Jake.
Yeah, Jason Statham. Yeah, he's definitely a Jake. Yeah. Who else? Give me some
All of
other.
the mob, De Niro.
Yeah, De Niro,
Pesci.
fucking
Al
Ray
Pacino.
Liotta. Yeah, Al Pacino. Yeah, I think his mother, one of them, Cuban or some shit. No, one of his. Sorry, got a Northern Kingdom. Who else? What's my Joe Pesci? What's another guy, man? It's a lot of.
I think Steve Buscemi is too. DiCaprio.
DiCaprio, yeah, Leonardo DiCaprio, Cameron Diaz, she's a Jake.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Adele. Oh, yeah. Shit, Adele, that singer out of where is Adele from, man? That singer, UK, yeah. She's definitely a Jake, man.
You just
You know?
gotta look at like who's excelling, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
See, raw talent is a marker. Whenever you see somebody that just got pure talent, they might be dirt poor no matter what, but they just got raw talent. That's a good sign that they're an Israelite.
Yeah.
Even Eminem, he wicked as all fuck.
Yeah, Eminem definitely. Yeah, everybody ain't gotta look like fucking Michael Jordan, man.
Right.
Can you read that one more time?
This is Baruch chapter 2, verse 30. It says, "For I knew that they would not hear me, because it is a stiff-necked people. But in the land of their captivities, they shall remember themselves."
All right, so you say in the land of your captivity, you're gonna remember yourselves, and what comes with that is a belief that that is you.
Yep.
You know, you read the curses, you can identify with that. Why? Because you lived it, nigga. You ain't just reading books off a page. No, when you read Deuteronomy 28, you basically reading a fucking story about your life since you came out the womb.
And what
And
captivity
guess what?
Paul has seen.
Well, hold on, bro. Hold on. And
sorry.
guess what? With having that identification, what can vocab say to you to make you not believe that that's you?
Not a damn thing.
He can't say shit. Vocab ain't walked in these shoes.
Yeah.
Vocab ain't lived in the hood. He ain't experienced none of that, man.
Yeah. That's
So,
right.
hey, man, vocab, you fighting a lost cause, man.
Yeah,
right.
all your fucking apologetics and all what he call replacement theology. The hell with you, man. You've already been debunked 8 times from Saturday, man. You might as well just go and take a suicide pill somewhere, man.
Yeah.
Cause you on your way out of here any goddamn way, man. All right.
When I read that in the scriptures in Deuteronomy 28, it says that the curses shall overtake thee and pursue thee. I felt that, man.
Yeah.
I was like, that's exactly how the curses feel, man. You be feeling like I done moved to 4 different areas in the United States.
Yep.
Everywhere I went, man, it didn't matter what the situation was. The
Follows
curses
your
were
ass.
right there, man.
Right.
You ever see that movie It
I'm feeling like
Follows?
I'm home.
Yeah. You ever see that movie It Follows, where she got a haunted spirit behind her? She leaves the home to another home, and that evil spirit followed her ass. That's how the curses are, man. And you cannot convince the Israelite that that's not them, man.
Right.
It ain't just a random circumstance, you know?
Even if you go over there to Thailand, like you got these passport bills and shit, buying property and shit over there. Nigga, you gonna be able to curses over there too. That might be a little bit cheaper.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
you gonna
yeah.
start getting fucked with a fucking Moab over there. They're gonna start jacking your ass.
Them niggas get drugged and
You
robbed.
know what, man? And this is why I don't like that passport, bro. It's bullshit, man. Cause I get it, but see, you go over there and you make them twice the child of hell you made these bitches over. The reason why these women act like that is cause you niggas, man. And it's of course it's damn white, man. But you niggas, you aid that entitled behavior, man. So you go over there and you push that simp culture, and all you know, before you know it, Filipina, she don't want to submit to you no more
Right.
because she knows you're a fucking clown.
Wanna get on IG.
Yeah, she finna get on IG. Nigga, the whole point you go over there is to find a submissive wife.
Yeah. With that old Eddie Murphy skit, he got that old African bitch.
Yeah.
She started acting like American.
Hey, in part 2, hey, in Coming to America part 2, right? Hey, you remember the bitch, she was still hopping on one leg,
Yeah,
man?
yeah,
She
yeah.
like this, she still journal like that. You ain't tell me to stop. That's the kind of woman you want, man.
What kind of music do you like? Whatever kind
What
of
kind of
music
you like? Still a nigga wanted to go and work at fucking McDonald's, man.
Whatever you like.
But hey, that movie showed you why a nigga can't rule, man, right now.
Right.
See, an Israelite can rule, but a nigga can't, bro. Nigga can't govern his own emotion, bro. Nigga's too worried about his mama, bro. What my mama gonna think if I tell my wife to shut up? Gives a fuck what she think.
His dad was in the right spirit. King Joffrey, he was like, my son works.
Hey, he went over there.
Mad as hell,
He
bro.
went over there to take his ass home. Like, nah, nigga, you better come home.
Where the fuck are the rose petals at? His dad was in the right spirit, you know?
That's the dude that talked for Mufasa, bro.
Yeah.
He had a real,
Jones?
he had a
He
real.
was Darth Vader too.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Darth Vader voice, yeah.
That's scripture.
Go ahead, Doc.
It say Proverbs chapter 15 verse 33. The fear of the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, is the instruction of wisdom, and before honor is humility. Now I brought that out because brother said you can't have niggas rule. You gotta have Israelites to rule. But as we've been saying, all the Israelites are basically going through a humiliation process.
Yeah.
Even though we got the truth that'll put you on a rulership-like mentality, guess what? I still gotta answer to a fucking Edomite boss on Monday, man. You know, but you niggas, you don't know humility. Even though niggas are in the most humiliating, debilitating state, drive through the hood, nigga, that's humiliating. You drive through the hood, you live in a humiliating environment, but yet you the proudest niggas ever, man. That's why you gotta die, man.
That's right. Con, I got a precept to that.
You got something, man?
Yeah, I got a verse actually.
Hold on. Let him bring that out.
Yeah, I'll wait. Obviously, I'm here to learn more than anything.
Yeah.
Sirach 25:2, it says, 3 sorts of men my soul hated, and I am greatly offended at their life. A poor man that is proud, a rich man that is a liar, and an old adulterer that dotes. You know what I'm saying? And I just brought that out because, like the brother said, you niggas are proud as hell, man. For what? you don't have anything, man. You have nothing to be proud for, yet you niggas, you are the most proud people on this planet, man. You know, and it said a rich man that is a liar, which is Esau.
Yeah.
You know, those are 2 things we can't fucking stand, man.
Yeah.
Both of you niggas.
We brought that example out earlier. Them 2 niggas in Egypt. Them niggas were
Oh, yeah,
slaves
yeah.
in Egypt, man. Look how proud they were. You niggas were literally Egyptian slaves looking at Moses like, who are you supposed to be? Proud, man.
Yeah. Verse I got here is actually Deuteronomy.
Call it out and read it.
All right. Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse
Good
2.
off.
Oh, sorry. Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 2 through 3. And when the Lord thy God shall deliver them before thee, thou shalt smite them and destroy them. Thou shalt make no covenant with them, nor show mercy unto them. Neither shalt thou make marriages with them. Thy daughter thou shalt not give unto his son, nor his daughter shalt thou take unto thy son. For they will turn away thy son from following me, that they may serve other gods. So will the anger of the Lord be kindled against you and destroy thee suddenly.
Right. So you can't marry him. That don't mean you can't pop him and do your thing with him, but you can't make a covenant with him.
Yeah. And ultimate too, and we gotta put some sense on it, because that word marry is multi-dimensional. All right. What's a covenant? A marriage between the Most High and Israel, right? So same thing. A covenant between a man and woman is through the cohabitation and sex, right? So it says to make a covenant with them. That's why the Lord told us not to deal with their women on that level, because a covenant is basically a marriage, meaning don't accept their gods, okay? Because there are instances when the Lord told us to kill every male and every child and take the women for yourselves, which were heathens as well. So you can deal with heathen women. You can deal concubine. It just means lesser wife, because ultimately you lay down with her is basically a form of marriage, but you're not supposed to be in an agreement with their philosophies, man, because that's what Solomon went off at. People like to say Solomon went off because he had multiple women. No, that wasn't the point. Those women, he ultimately entered a covenant with them because they turned him away from his power, man. So anybody that teaches you, well, you can't deal with heathen women, that's a damn lie. Look, the scriptures say that the Lord made the world for our sakes, man. All these women really belong to us anyway. All of them, man. All of them belong to us,
But
man.
the entire earth and every nation, man, woman, and child, they are literally y'all belong to us.
What the hell you think the forces of the Gentiles is, outside of the riches and gold and, you know, the cumin and incense? Is talking about they fucking women, man.
And what proves that is Deuteronomy 21. You know, that goes into, you know, among the captives, you know, when we go forth to war among the captives, if we see a beautiful woman, you know, there's a process we go through to take that woman in unto us, man. That's the same thing that's about to happen all over again. You know, if Esau gets taken down, these heathen gets taken down, like the brother said, the forces of the Gentiles, their women, their resources, all of those spoils of war are coming to us, man. What ancient kingdom went forth to fight a war and then take the women as a fucking prize, man?
Right. You just left them there.
Right. Like, come on now.
But that was Deuteronomy 7 you read?
Yeah, Deuteronomy 7,
Yeah, 'cause
verses 2 through 4.
Yeah, because that was the Lord telling us basically not to deal with the Canaanites. When you explore that further, he didn't want us to have anything to do with them, not their gold. When we supposed to go into those cities, he was like, look, don't take no gold, don't deal with the women, don't do nothing with the Canaanites. Because there was a perverse spirit on them.
Yeah.
Now in the book of Nehemiah, you see Jake going in and marrying women, not marrying, but making them their wife. See, a marriage is not the same thing as having a wife necessarily. You can marry a woman and she could be your concubine, or you can marry a woman, she could be your wife.
Yeah.
Jake was making them heathen their wives.
Yeah.
Wife is a position. You know, it would be like Jacob having making a deal with Laban. Okay, my daughter gonna be your wife. Leah's gonna be your wife. Rachel gonna be your wife. But then Jacob saying, nah, I'm gonna make the other handmaid over her.
Yeah.
You know, that would be out of order.
Yeah.
You know, that's why you have an agreement between men. You know, they decide that between men. You know.
That's why when you go into the book of Genesis, man, when when you go into Galatians and go into the concept of the bondwoman and free woman, you notice how Hagar had to get out. When Sarah had the issue, she went to Abraham, and basically the Lord cast her out, man, because Sarah ultimately represents the free woman, and then Hagar represents the bondwoman, man. You know what I'm saying? So what the brothers basically break it down, yeah, you can possess heathen women. They're possession. You can possess them, because he even tells us that if you possess them, they got to come under our covenant anyway, man. Like the strangers, the ones that are not Israelites, they got to adopt to our custom. They have to, man. According to the book of is it Micah or Malachi? I think the 4th chapter. It goes into basically how the nations are going to come up and keep the tabernacles of the Lord. Them heathens, they got to keep our laws as well. And when we get they women, they going to have to come under our rulership, our dominionship, man. So that doesn't mean you can't go and deal with an Edomite or a Moabite women. Because ultimately you have our people among them anyway. You know what I'm saying? Now that's not to say to go out your way and try to be with a fucking Edomite just because. But I mean, if it happens, it's so fucking what, man?
This is Deuteronomy 21 verse 10.
Because you got Israelites that hate that point. You got Israelites that want us to deal with Keisha and Keisha only. Fuck that shit, bro. I'm going. 2 niggas with curses on them, that's an even bigger curse, man.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, why would you do that to yourself?
And it ain't like you elevating the Edomite woman, you know,
Over the block,
to the
yeah.
point as a wife. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, but you start elevating it, and that's a problem.
Yeah.
She start wanting you to wear the ugly Christmas sweaters.
Yeah.
You know, start softening up. You start going toward, you know what I'm saying, like around her family.
Snoopy Day.
Christmas caroling.
Snoopy.
Right.
Yeah.
That's going off, not popping her. Okay. If you're a man, you got your household in order. You can deal with her. You know, that's what the scriptures are saying. When you marry a woman, that's a status of wife is a status.
Why do you do so?
They don't commit to something. Sorry.
This Deuteronomy 21 and 10. When thou goest forth to war against thy enemies, and the Lord Yahweh Bashim Shai thy God hath delivered them into thy hands, and thou hast taken them captive, and seest among the captives a beautiful woman, and that's desire unto her. Right, so here you is, Jake, you ran to a city, you enslaved 15, 20 niggas, right? You got women and kids running around, and you spot you a pretty young tender across the street. That's what it's talking about. It say, you see it's among the cat, a beautiful woman, right? She got them features you looking for. Every Jake different. I ain't gonna say what I like, but brothers know what they like.
I was about to say, I'm a shoulder.
It say it has a desire unto her, that thou wouldest have her to thy wife. So that means you want to take hold of her. You want to possess her.
Yeah.
It ain't no, hey, baby, what's your name? Can I get your number? Can I take you out? No. What they say, I like you and I want you.
Come with
All right?
me.
This is what it's talking about.
Come with me.
This is skipping the games right here, man. Ain't no dates involved.
Yeah, ain't no
Right.
macking.
Anyway, they ain't fair because you just ran through the city and just killed a whole bunch of motherfuckers anyway.
She gonna willingly come
Right,
with you, man.
she want to go.
And she want to come with you because she's like, look at that mighty man right there. I want to. And these women, look, man, these women want us anyway, bro.
Yeah.
These women want us, man.
You see the way, like, you got the so-called white women, you know, get all thirsty over the so-called black men, you know, the Judaite men, you know, all the time.
Bro, they come here. Look, bro. Every woman that came back here, they had smirks on their face, man.
We're gonna have to start elbowing bitches out the way pretty soon.
Yeah.
You know?
It say, Deuteronomy 21 and 10, when thou goest forth to war against thine enemies, and the Lord thy God hath delivered them into thy hands, and thou hast taken them captive, and seest among the captives a beautiful woman, and hast a desire unto her, that thou wouldest have her to thy wife. Then thou shalt bring her home to thy house, and she shall shave her head and pare her nails. And she shall put the raiment of her captivity from off her. Which, you know, it can go to physically, you know, you give her new clothes, but it's also spiritually, man. You gotta wipe that idolatry shit out of there.
You gotta praise it.
All them idols and shit you was praying to, bitch, that's over.
over
You
with.
now worship Yahweh Bashim Shai.
So basically, we gonna give you 30 days to think about all your bullshit.
Yep.
That's your purification period, and you're gonna have to be cleaned up after that.
Yep.
Right. Some Jake, they just see the toes. He's sold. All right, that's me right there. You know, she got nice feet. That's hard to find. That's me. But if you go to I believe it's Numbers 31. it tells you it's an order to things. And when we go in and take a city, you divide all of the spoils, man, from everybody, from even the kids. You know, it goes down from the to the Levite, the priest, they get a portion. All right, the men that fought the war, they get a portion, and it's a division of it because heathen are an inheritance, man.
Yeah, that's
And it's
why.
retired.
That's why the Lord said you divide the spoils in the midst. Why you think Gideon was so? Why you think Gideon was so wealthy, man? Gideon, not only was he a prophet, he was a general, man.
Yeah.
Gideon had 70 sons, many wives and concubines, man, and the prophet of the Most High, and a warrior.
I really love him.
Numbers 31:16. Behold, these caused the children of Israel through counsel of Balaam to commit trespass against the Lord in the matter of Peor. And there was a plague among the congregation of the Lord. Now therefore, kill every male among the little ones, and kill every woman that had known man by lying with him, but all the women children that have not known a man by lying with him,
Take for
alive
yourselves.
Now, why did it say that? See, this is the controversial part. Why did it say that?
Read that again, man.
Numbers chapter 31, verse 16. Behold, these caused the children of Israel through the counsel of Balaam to commit trespass against the Lord in the matter of Peor. And there is a plague among the congregation of the Lord. Now therefore, kill every male among the little ones, and kill every woman that have known man by lying with him.
Hey, so peep this, right? Let's just say if this was to play out right now, 99.5% of women in America would be put to death, bro. It'd be nothing but virgins left.
Right.
And guess what? Those would be younger women, man. You know what I'm saying? For people that like to try to get at us and say, because, no, we're just saying what the law says, but realistically speaking, because America's spoiled any goddamn way. If the Most High was to say, look, take this place and keep all the young women for yourselves, you ain't got no 30-year-old virgins here, man.
Nope.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You may be the 18-year-old virgin, 19, 20, 21 if you lucky. But according to some guys, that's too young. Oh, is she too young? It's a grown-ass fucking woman, bro.
Right.
But the point about it is that it says, all the women that have not known man, take for yourselves, man.
Yep.
Meaning that you had to take the virgins. Because as a Levite and a priest, you had to have a virgin, bro. You had to.
Yeah.
It was mandatory.
And we still keep the rest of the law as well too, because the law says in order for you to marry a woman, you gotta have the tokens of the virginity. You know what is that? That's a woman's.
Sex.
That's a woman's cycle.
Yeah.
You know, that's a requirement for you to be married. There's got to be witnesses that you're married, so things like adultery don't take place. But it's up to the man at the end of the day. The man may have a young woman, but don't want her. He may have 3 wives already, and like, look, this is enough. Maybe somebody else might want her. She'll just work in my household for a bit, and then boom. You know?
Hey, get Numbers 31 at the top. It go because the father or the husband get disannul the blessings too, man. Like it was a story that Saul's daughter, Michal, she was already promised to another man before David. And what happened? David came back and he gave him the foreskins of the Philistines to Saul, and he was like, well, basically, I want your daughter. This is the change for that. So Saul disannulled the marriage and gave his daughter to David, man.
Yeah.
So I mean, in many cases, that do happen. Now I'm not saying that's the best. If a woman is popped by another man, ideally you don't really want to go into it. And this is why we need deliverance for real, bro. Because like at the end of the day, we're all really adulterous, man. Like every woman we've dealt with, you know, maybe besides 2, we're all popped by other men, man.
Yeah.
That's why it's bro, it's so vexing in the spirit to be in this goddamn kingdom, man. Because like, I mean, you got a lot of Israelite women that know they're Israelites, but a lot of them know they're Israelites through men they've dealt with that are so-called believers. So you turn around and you get up with this woman, then that makes, he made her an adulterer because now she's dealing with you, and now you know you're in an adulterous situation, man.
Like even
It's fucked up.
you mentioned like if you said that about the ages thing, like 2029 if you're lucky.
Yeah.
The thing is that number's getting lower and lower too.
Yeah, oh yeah,
Like-
hell yeah.
Like I'm a teenager and I'm like what the heck
Yeah.
going on over here? Like
Bro, at your age, when I was your age, young women was going out with dudes in their 20. It was women, I was in high school, women I had crushes on, man. I'm at the bus and shit, looking stupid. She hopping in a whole, nigga 22, 23-year-old hopping in the car with a whole nigga, man.
I remember that, boy.
Bro, I witnessed it. I've seen it.
It was a bad chick I wanted in high school, boy. She was dealing with an older nigga. That nigga had a clean ass cutlass, man. I can't compete with that.
Yeah.
That's why they got
And you getting free lunch, and
That's
she
why
getting
that's why
picked
they had
up.
that show, 16 and Pregnant.
Yeah.
Like,
I didn't get lucky currently.
Like my mother, she had my sister when she was 16 years old.
Mm-hmm.
So kids are out, so-called kids are out here having sex at a young age because naturally, instinctual-wise, you're really an adult. It's just the society pumped that you're still a kid on you because of the curriculums, man.
Right.
But in the ancient world, you were 16 years old, you were already given to a man.
Yeah.
In Canada, and why somebody get simple? Oh, see, GMS talking about. No, man, we're telling you what the law is, all right? Even in America in the 1800s, you was able to marry a fucking 11, 12-year-old girl, man. That's in Esau's law. Parts of Canada, the consensual age is 16 years old, man, in Canada. You get a wife 16 years old.
Yeah, that's actually.
Which proves that they know, man.
Yeah.
It's about nature. It's not about being a goddamn pedophile, or it's not about being a what do you call it, a predator, as they like to say it.
Call it a cradle
A
robber.
cradle robber. But yeah, you got fucking 25-year-old badass school teachers getting pregnant by 8th graders. Like, what the fuck?
Right.
I'm like, goddamn, like little niggas in 8th grade getting popped by 25-year-old school teachers the woman, a 25-year-old little 8th grade boy getting popped. You know what I'm saying? Like, goddamn.
And none of this would be a problem if the father actually still ruled his household.
Yeah.
Because the father would be making these decisions.
Yeah.
See, y'all send your little daughter off to high school in booty shorts, man. Ain't no virgins
Yep,
leaving
he
high
saw
school,
he looked
man.
white, man. We ain't black Hebrew Israelites,
You know?
nigga. Get your ass out of here. He was looking at him like, oh my God, what are you doing out there with these guys? Because see, they call us black Hebrew Israelite, but we ain't black, man.
Fuck y'all. Y'all the real
See,
black.
that's an Edomite right there, man. That's clearly a devil.
Dude, I actually got a whole when I was in New Orleans,
Yeah.
you know, the New Orleans camp. I got a whole ass lecture from this one guy, and I'm like, you just clearly aren't listening. Like,
They're emotional. They
Tell
come
me
here
power.
people just want to feel good, man. Half of these people are broke. They're emotional. Their wife cheating on them. They can't stomach this up here, man.
Yep, fucking they getting laid out. Hey, Trump, bro. Hey, Trump, this motherfucker cutting. Hey, Trump. This
Going
nigga,
in.
bro, he just cut the party. He gave him a whole buyout. Like, look, either buy or buy. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's Trump ain't fucking around. But go ahead, man. You got the precept?
Yeah, I got that one. Where's that Numbers 12?
Oh, yeah, beautiful.
This is Numbers chapter 30, verse 1. And Moses spake unto the heads of the tribes concerning the children of Israel, saying, This is the thing which Yahweh hath commanded. If a man vow a vow unto Yahweh, or swear an oath to bind his soul with a bond, he shall not break his word. He shall do according to all that proceedeth out of his mouth.
Yeah, so if you have a vow to the Most High, let's just say if you make a vow to the Lord, this is why you got to be careful, man. Don't make a foolish vow, because if you renege on it, you know, the scriptures counting you as a fool, man. Like, just be circumspect. So let's just say, look, I'm gonna make a vow to not touch a woman for 6 months. That's that agreement between you and the Most High. Make sure you uphold that vow. You know what I'm saying? You don't renege on it, you know, to the best of your ability. Go ahead.
It says, if a woman also vow a vow unto Yahweh, and bind herself by a bond, being in her father's house in her youth, and her father hear her vow, and her bond wherewith she hath bound her soul, and her father shall hold his peace at her, then all her vows shall stand, and every bond wherewith she hath bound her soul shall stand. But if her father disallow her in the day that he heareth, not any of her vows or her bonds wherewith she hath bound her soul shall stand. And Yahweh shall forgive her because her father disallowed her.
That's the reason why overall David and Michal wasn't really judged, because Saul disannulled the vow, man. You see what I'm saying? So therefore she wasn't really held accountable for it, because the father, the daughter is the property of the father, man. Believe it or not, like what they teach you here, like they got what they call maternity or matriarchal lineage, when the woman is the primary sole custodial parent. The father is the non-custodial parent, meaning that you don't have the rights to the child that the woman do. But in the Bible, the child really belongs to the man. That's his property, man. You know what I'm saying? Like if let's just say if I decided to plant a garden right in the middle of the street, and I'm using my particular seeds to build this garden in Kansas City, and I own it, that's my plot of land, that's my shit. Those are my seeds, that's my blade of grass, that's my land. Same thing with the children. The children belongs to the father. Now they belong to the mother too, but the father has more right over the child than the mother. But see, in these court systems, they teach you different.
I mean, ultimately, I mean, it's kind of like that, you know, like a hierarchy, you know, because like mother ultimately belongs to the father too, you know. So like that kind of just supersedes all of it.
Yeah, exactly.
Just the order.
It's order, yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
And King Saul didn't think David was coming back with them foreskins.
He didn't think so, yeah.
It's like, wait,
David popped back up with them foreskins. Saul was like, oh shit.
Because overall, he wanted them to fall in the war, man. He wanted
Yeah.
them to die in the war.
Uh-huh.
Go ahead.
that was better.
It says, verse 6, and if she had at all an husband when she vowed, or uttered aught out her lips, wherewith she bound her soul, and her husband heard it, and held his peace at her, in the day she had heard it, then her vow shall stand. And her bonds wherewith she bound her soul shall stand. But if her husband disallowed her on the day that he heard it, then he shall make her vow which she vowed, and that which she uttered with her lips, wherewith she bound her soul, of none effect.
So the husband could take away the prayers or the vow of the wife. She has no dude, like if she want to do something, you like, nah, fuck that. This is what we gonna do. I don't care what the hell you say. I'm overseeing it. Look, you have different court levels for a reason. Let's just say if you have a court or a circuit court on a local level, and they say, well, nah, we don't have a jurisdiction to rule on this. We're gonna send it to a state court. And then you go to state court and they come to a certain ruling. But let's just say if a constitutional right was violated, you'll go to like a what they call a Title 3 court, a Supreme Court, which could supersede all that shit, man. And like, you know what? We're gonna throw that out. We find that this man was in violation of such and such statute and whatever, and we gonna overdo that. In the law, hey, we can overdo it. If my wife say, look, I want to go X, Y, and Z, I can say, no, you're not going. That's final. But in America, they teach you, nah, man, it ain't about what the man say. You can do what you want to do. And that's why everybody is all out of whack, confused, man.
Hey, this scripture really establishes the authority a man has over his household.
Exactly.
And hey, Jake, you gotta get control of your household, man. That's why you got all these fucking YNs out here.
Yeah.
Because Jake don't want to lay down authority within their own house. Remember last year we was dealing with that bald head nigga and his rebellious son. Hey, that's partly the reason his son was rebellious is because Jake lacked authority in his own household.
What story you saying?
The bald head nigga who came out here.
Oh yeah,
and
his son looked like he wanted to fight us, bro. Like he little YN, bro, just up here, mean mugging.
YN.
Yeah, like bro, like it's to the point. I'm like, you 13 years old, you can catch a fade, bro.
These little niggas, these little GMO niggas, man.
Got another quick one.
Go ahead.
This is 1 Corinthians 11:7 says, for a man indeed ought not to cover his head, for as much as he is the image and glory of Yahweh. But the woman is the glory of the man. For the man is not of the woman, but the woman of the man. So that's why women got to really understand your place and learn that the man is over you. He is to control you. If he has enough control over you, we just read the scripture, he can straight up block your credit. You know, you using there wishing something wicked in your head, some type of plan you want to try to do, and he hears it, he can send a prayer up to Yahweh directly, it'll oversee yours, you know, and put a block on that, man.
Hey, cause women will pray for stupid shit. Bitch will pray for a BBL if you let her.
Pray for a rich man.
Right,
Hey,
right,
another thing too, man, like because you know you're not supposed to be a lion in your own house. Scriptures say don't be a tyrant or a lion. But let's just say if you're dealing with a damn demon, sometimes you might have to get tyrannical on them, man. You know what I'm saying? It ain't off, because scriptures, you can put your wife in order if you need to. Now that's not to say you know your wife is doing right by you and you just come in and you beating everybody up. Nah, you don't do no wickedness like that. But let's just say if you got a rebellious wife, you need to tell her get her shit in order. You know what I'm saying? Or you get your stuff and you get the hell up out of here, man.
Yeah, he can tell you, hey, straight up, no, I don't think you going out by yourself. That's it. Or you being controlling. That's the problem with you women, man. You sit up here, you get so mad when you meet a man that's righteous controlling you, but yeah, you want to be controlled by a wicked ass nigga. You submit and get controlled by that, but a man that's giving you something that's righteous, you don't want to fucking listen. And then you want to play the victim when he got to put your ass away, and now you abandon me.
Well, we supposed to be fucking controlling, man. Because when you control something, you keep it. Reason why. Look, man, if a man is overprotective over his wife, it's because he ultimately loves her ass, man. It's just some guys are out of balance when it comes to emotional prospect behind it, because a lot of these jakes, it takes a level to deal with women, bro.
Yeah.
Like, we weren't taught how to deal properly with women, man.
Right.
Before we came into this thing, we dealt with women based on emotion. Yeah, we got jealous, but we was told and we was shamed into being like, oh, well, you ain't supposed to be jealous. It was from a misplaced sense of emotion, man. Because jealous is a righteous trait, but when you don't have that guidance from men, companion, and every male man's supposed to have what they call a mentor that channel those emotions, man, to give you understanding as to why you feel that way. We was not given that. So therefore, you know, you have domestic violence, you have this, you have that. You know what I'm saying? You go to fucking child support court. It's all out of whack, man.
That's like, yeah.
Because you can't protect what you can't control, man. If your job is to protect a woman, you gotta be able to control that woman, man. Period. A woman can't be like, look, you gotta protect me no matter what. All right, I'm gonna go run out in traffic now. You can't protect a woman that's just gonna run out in traffic.
Yes.
You gotta have authority over that woman, man. That's how it works.
Yeah.
You know? But we weren't, like the brother said, we weren't taught that growing up, man. You talked to, you know, like yesterday was Valentine's Day, you seeing these hoe ass niggas walking around with roses and shit.
Stupid.
You was
Stupid.
told to be catering to a woman, don't hurt her feelings. But low key, she's looking at the man that talking shit to her, man. She's getting piped down by niggas that have a rougher spirit, you know.
Yeah, you look at my family. My family were like we're all dominated by women and shit. And so like we're dysfunctional as fuck. Like where our family's all headed up by women and stuff. Women like I had no father growing up. And mom, man, like our family does not work. Like it's falling apart.
Yeah.
And that's like like I can't even argue with that. Like
Because when you establish guidelines and boundaries within your relationship, women like that.
Yeah.
You know, we you know, told my bitch we ain't doing no Valentine's Day. She was upset in her emotions, but she respected it.
I'm really
Because she know that there's certain things that Jake will allow. When you allowed to be a fucking free for all in your relationship, that shit gonna crumble, man.
Yeah.
You gotta establish authority.
Right.
You know, bitch, don't ask me what we doing Saturday afternoon because we ain't doing nothing.
And you know what? And that's the spirit, because like, let's just say if he leave that woman or she decides to leave, she's gonna go back and start doing that shit that she did. Like it was this woman I was dealing with for a while, bro, and we didn't do Christmas, we didn't do none of it, no birthdays, no nothing. Like I think she was with me 5 years, maybe 5.5 years. Then we started kind of getting rocky and shit. Then after that, she started back getting into like the Christmas spirit and all that other bullshit. But prior to that, she wasn't into Christmas, she wasn't into things, none of that, man. But I got to the point that I was so checked out. I'm like, do what the fuck you want to do. Just don't, I ain't gonna be there, but do what you want to do.
That's actually I mentioned I got a girl myself, and she likes to do mess. She listens to them, and she tries to be faithful or whatever. But I know the second if this relationship were to end, I know the second that was over, she'd go off and do whatever the fuck she wanted. And that's like, that's kind of like, yeah, like that's kind of obvious.
Well, I'm gonna
Like,
tell you
that's-
this, young brother, saying you're young, you're still young, man.
Yeah.
Don't be all into the women. Focus on building your spirit up. You know,
Alright.
you deal with a woman, yeah, cool. Deal with your little girlfriend. You know, have your little fun with her, but don't try to force this in her mind, man. Let her be who she want to be in this thing, because at the end of the day, it's less trouble on you when you detach yourself from the emotion of being with a woman, bro.
That
You
was
know what
more
I'm
like
saying?
a
Yeah.
byproduct of whatever happened.
Yeah. So like, you make it work to how you need to work, but don't be like, you need to be in the scripture. Fuck all that, man. Because you know she can't do that. That should give you a certain level of comfort in your spirit to remain just attached just a little bit to get what you need, and to the point you can cut her ass off, man. I'm at the point I cut any woman off, bro. I can deal with you. I don't give a fuck what you do for me. You rub me wrong, your ass is getting cut off quick. Yeah, go ahead.
1 Corinthians chapter 7, verse 12. But to the rest speak I, not the Lord. If any brother hath a wife that believeth not, and she be pleased to dwell with him, let him not put her away.
Yeah, so it says, let him not put her away. So if she wants to be with you, you ain't got to cut off. But at the same time, she don't believe. She just don't believe.
Yeah.
That don't stop your show.
Yeah.
You come out, you do the work, you build yourself up in the scriptures, watch the elders, and let her do what the fuck she want to do. To the point she gets disrespectful, then you already know what to do.
Right.
Snip, snip.
We in the kingdom, bro.
I got you.
Yeah.
Because we in the kingdom where you can't really control your woman, bro. You
Nah,
can't tell her, don't go to your family and celebrate Christmas.
Like turn
Look,
around. You see that? Nowhere in hell they should all be like out there. They all should be with men. They supposed to be like looked over, man.
Right.
They out here by themselves because they have a certain level of pride and comfort, man.
Yeah.
You would never catch that in Israel, bro.
Yeah, 'cause they've contracted Esau, his 911 first responders, to watch over him.
Yeah.
That's really their guardian. They just calling in them.
911.
He's at Liberty. They be giving Liberty the guy to ride.
Yeah.
That shit ain't supposed to go down, man. And all of them are underage.
Yeah.
They're all what? Little volleyball players, but they got something going on down
You
here.
got some older women in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they ain't supposed to be out here by themselves.
Nah.
Yeah, and that's, like to the brother's point, if you please to dwell with her, man, hey, just dwell with her. Like, these women are worldly as hell.
Yeah.
I made the mistake myself trying to, get a bitch to conform to this and that, man. Hey, that's just gonna bring all types of hell on you, man.
Yeah.
You have a much more peaceful life letting these bitches be worldly, man.
Yeah.
Just let them do what they do. Really, we trying to pop them at the end of the day. They want to go, celebrate Christmas and do the ugly sweaters and shit. Let them do that with their little homegirls and shit, man. But ultimately, man, hey, you don't let them put their vibration on you. You do what you do. You know what I'm saying? Let them do what the fuck they do, man.
Yeah, that's kind of okay. So she just like started happening whenever I was looking into it. I was like, okay, you, I guess.
Yeah,
That's why the Saint Apostle Paul said, "Those that have wives be as though they don't have one."
Yeah.
You got to be able to move as if you don't need her at all, man.
Yeah,
because it's you got to be delivered. She's gonna get delivered through you.
Yeah.
The
At your
Lord is dealing
discretion.
with you. So if you go off and start, kowtowing to a woman, she's crying, getting an attitude. All right, you can put the Christmas tree up. No,
Fuck that shit.
no, absolutely not, man. Because you're gonna get judged for that, man. Just like Adam did.
That's the hard part.
Scriptures say Adam was not deceived, the woman was deceived.
Yes.
So the responsibility is on the man. The woman is gonna go off. That's just how it is. You can go in Genesis 3rd chapter. That's why the woman has to be under the man.
She's made to go off, man. That's why, you deal with them like that. You fuck around and find out. Look, we've all did that. We've all dealt with women tried out of error, trying to make them in Hebrew. Look, I did it with my child's mother. That shit didn't work. I'm like, and I found out quick. And you always meet the ones that you end up liking, and they find out what you're about, and you hope that they come into it because you want her to be upright, you want her to do right. But I realized that's really a futile effort, bro. At the end of the day, it's like, don't even worry about it, man, because you teach her, oh, I can have multiple wives. Look, don't even say none of that, bro. Like, at the end of the day, this is your woman right here. Whatever between you and her stays between you and this woman here. You ain't gotta let your side bitch know shit because this is your main woman. The woman you popping is your side woman. Scripture say don't let your right hand, your left hand know what the right hand is doing. And it says, keep thy tongue from the wife that dwelleth in thy bosom, man. So you ain't gotta tell these women a goddamn thing, man. And that was one thing that me and my ex-demon used to fucking, she was like, because I ain't gotta tell you shit. The fuck I need to tell you for? You know what I'm saying? Before I give my God right to tell you something, fuck every nigga you done fuck, then we can talk. Can't do that. And that's when they fuck them up in the
It's
head.
kind of like you do you and see if they follow.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I ain't gotta tell you shit.
Right. It's about having the mindset of a pilgrim, man.
Yeah.
And it's not just women, it's everything, man.
Yeah.
You gotta be ready to let go of the PS5,
Everything.
that job you love, that
car.
whatever car, But we're on a mission at the end of the day.
Yep.
And you know what's gonna happen if you start going after a woman and doing what she wants, if something happened to your ass, she gonna find another man. That's exactly what's gonna happen. So you might as well just lock in and do what the Lord told you to do, man.
All right, little do most men know, because we grow up in this sim culture. These women actually respect you more, man, when you show them that they're replaceable. When you don't put them on a pedestal, and make it like you can't live without them. They really respect your ass more because now they gotta work for your attention.
Yeah, right.
They gotta work to keep you around.
Yeah.
But we live in a sim culture where you niggas put these hoes on the pedestal. You don't want this bitch to leave you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And she like, nigga, whole time she's still sleeping with somebody else, man.
Yeah.
They don't respect that.
Right.
Prime example, you see here, that just walk past here. His woman is walking in front of him. He's walking in the back. She checking brothers out. You know what I'm saying? Chest all out. He's simple for her, man. And that woman, she fuck. You know how many bodies that woman got on her? You can quite guess. He got a lot of bodies on her, man. You know what I'm saying? But a guy like that will lose his life on trying to defend something so dishonorable like her, man.
Yep.
It ain't worth it. I'm not losing my life behind no woman, bro. At the end of the day, especially if you provoke the situation. Hey, he can hire your ass, man. Because if you can get took, then hey, you don't need to be around me any fucking way, man.
Yeah, no.
Right, go ahead.
I got Proverbs.
Yep.
This is Proverbs chapter 14, verse 1. Every wise woman buildeth her house.
It get cold out here, bro. We enduring it. My feet cold too, but we getting ready to close out in a minute. The spirit hot. Go
It
ahead.
says, every wise woman buildeth her house, but the foolish plucketh it down with her hand.
It's a every wise woman build her house, man. Now the precept to that is Proverbs 31, man. You know, when it goes into how the woman takes care of the servants, she works, she do what she needs to do to strengthen her house, man.
Yeah.
These women today, they don't do that. They tear their houses down. They don't want to cook, they don't want to clean, they want to feed you to the system. You know what I'm saying? They have other men, and then they think you supposed to come under their paradigm and submit to their lifestyle, man. You know, and this is why you got so many black homes among Jake communities, man. Broken homes, man. They say 70% of the incarceration rate is single parenting, man. You know, it is a proven fact. A woman can't raise a woman can't even raise a girl by herself, man. They can't definitely raise a man, but a man can raise a son and daughter by himself without the woman's help, man.
That was great to find GMS. My mom was a single mother, you know?
Yeah.
And I had like not a good role model on that subject. And I found GMS like, all right, now I know what I'm doing. All
Do
right.
your mom, do she watch the videos or she don't watch the
She
videos?
don't.
She don't?
She a Christian.
Oh, okay. So like when you was down there with the brothers, did she walk away too?
Yeah.
Okay.
She got a little comfortable.
Yeah,
and
I
was
mean,
like, I'm gonna walk off now.
yeah. I feel you. I mean, you know, and I mean, it's all spiritual, it's all good. But the good thing is that she's not impeding on your learning because it's in your spirit, and that's good, man.
And you know what? That's how you know the Lord is dealing.
Yeah.
Because the Lord will make sure the elect gotta hear what they gotta hear.
Yeah.
You know, it really don't matter what city or country you in. If you're supposed to hear this word and receive it, you're gonna hear it, man.
Yep.
You
You
know?
got young.
If
You got.
I was in your shoes, my mom would not let me sit up here. She would not drive me hours up here to camp to hear this message.
She would look at that sign. Why does Jesus look like that, baby?
She would have cussed me
Yeah,
out. She would have cussed everybody out up here.
I was chatting about where she mentioned that she didn't like what that sign looked like. You know, didn't like that we were praying long time. I'm like, well, they're not wrong.
Yeah. But you know what, bro? That's a spirit though, because like honestly speaking, like a lot of people, like a lot of young brothers catch hell from their parents trying to be in this truth, man, because of the doctrine. They can't, the cursing, you know, it's not woman centric, it's not woman friendly. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people don't prescribe to us because we don't go off the tenets of the world, man. Like worldly camps, we call them worldly camps. Like you got IUIC, UPK, you know, they adopt to the veneer of this culture, so they kind of adapt to it because they want to be accepted. Us, we don't care whether you like us or not, man. We're out here to give a message, and hey, we'll kindly tell you to walk down the street because we don't deal with it, man. If you don't like the doctrine we come in, then we don't care. We're not here to appease nobody. We're not here to make anybody like us and say, oh, you a good job. Fuck that, man. We prefer you not to be up here because anything else is fake, man.
Yeah. That's why we're not surprised by them doing topic and bullshit.
Yeah.
Because they chase past. If you're an Israelite, man, you're supposed to set the trend, man. You're not supposed to be following after, you know.
Yeah.
And we really don't give a fuck if you receive it or not, because I always give the analogy. Look, we're like a fire alarm, man.
Give me John 4:4.
We're supposed to be repetitive and abrasive, man. Lift up like voice like a trumpet. That's what we're out here to do. We're not out here to save anybody because we can't save nobody. We can't even save ourselves, man. We going by hope and faith, you know? So that's what we're out here to do, not make people feel better about themselves.
15, started
You know?
17, now 15. Yeah.
And all of you guys in IUIC, man, that are doing everything you can to stretch profit margins, because that's what y'all doing, and to big yourself up in the eyes of Esau, y'all are all going to be destroyed. You're going to be confounded.
That's right.
Your entire doctrine is going to crumble.
That's right.
And it's going to crumble under what? The MOTB.
Yes.
When that comes, when that unfolds, watch how their whole congregation going to scatter like them Ray commercials.
Yeah.
You got the roaches, Ray, and then you turn the lights on, the roaches scatter. That's going to be y'all congregation, man.
And it's coming quick. That MOTB, bro, that shit coming quick. Everything that Elon, that's going, bro, the Department of Efficiency, all the money, bro. He straight up telling you when they said, well, we think that you're doing a government hostile takeover. He never denied it. He said, well, people voted for government reform. They're going to get it. And government reform is not talking about what they think he's talking about. He's talking about, well, yeah, we getting ready to put you people part of a digital Tanakh. So like what the brother said, when that happened, all these Israelite groups, you're going to see Them scatter, man.
Yeah.
And eventually it's gonna mask off. They're gonna like be outright stating at some point. They're going for Hebrew Israelites.
Yeah. Scriptures say, smite the shepherd and the sheep shall scatter. All this fat bullshit going on in Israel with these guys, man. Just watch. IUIC, hey, the Most High may just dead 98% of that entire congregation. I wouldn't doubt it.
Make an example.
Yeah, he gonna make an example out of them, man, because they don't know what the fuck is going on, man. Them the same niggas that said ain't no Jacob's trouble. Them the same niggas that said, oh, you only got to deal with one wife until Isaiah 4:1. Them the same niggas that call Yahweh Shai Jesus Christ, man.
They call them all the people.
Yeah. So the Most High ain't dealing with the IUIC, man.
They really set themselves up big time because they do all these marching and shit, these big ass mass gatherings. Well, it's mass shooting season. I mean, Esau is going to these big ass crowds. So they're going to be at the wrong place at the wrong time. They going to get ran the fuck over like on New Year's Eve, man.
Yep.
Right.
Shit like that's going to start happening again.
And I'm gonna do a video on that shit. Why sipping some yan yan?
That's
Nigga.
right. That's right.
Go ahead, man.
This is John 15, verse 1.
No. Start at no, get James 4:4. You got John, right? James 4:4. Read that real quick and get your precept. You got more on that? That's it. Okay.
This is James 4 and 4. This is James 4 and 4 says, ye adulterers and adulteresses, know ye not that the friendship of the world is enmity with Yahweh? Whosoever therefore will be a friend of the world is the enemy of Yahweh.
Yeah, it says they're a friend of the world, is the enemy of Yahweh, and these guys have a world-friendly doctrine, man. This is why anybody could come in there. They got what they call a precept package, man. Israelites. I remember they was charging people $200 to get a startup kit, man.
Yeah.
Like, wait a minute, apostles didn't tell us to pay money. They just said, go out there, put on the garment, eat the robe, go out there and start teaching the word, man. Like, same with yourself, bro. You start watching videos, spirit hopped on you to, start coming out and seeing, what's what. Ain't nobody asked you for no money. Did we ask you to, hey, did I say, hey, brother, give me $20 for that garment you got on? Did we say that? Nah, man.
Yeah. And they used to sell precept packages, man.
Yeah.
And imagine your stupid ass, you joined IUIC, you bought a precept and them niggas changed that doctrine up. Right. You paid for something and they even changed up.
Yeah, you got guys paying for Hebrew breakdowns, man. What is it called? Sakari University? Like, wait a minute, man. Well, why we need to go to your university? The scriptures is right here. So you could be taught the scriptures. We don't need to learn the scriptures under you, man.
They don't see that scripture says freely give, freely receive.
Yeah.
They don't talk about that.
It's about money, brother. Money.
Yeah, that's what they're about. They're just greedy.
Yeah.
That's all it is. It's greed.
Go ahead, brother. You got that?
It's the book of John, chapter 15 and verse 17. It says, these things I command you, that ye love one another. If the world hates you, ye know that it hated me before it hated you.
That's right. Go ahead.
If ye were of the world will love his own. But because ye are not of the world, but I have chosen you out of the world, therefore the world hated you.
Yeah, because what's some of the tenets of the world, man? Being accepted by everybody, loving the things of the world, engaging in these high holy days of the world. Like, everybody had New Year's Eve day, going out kicking it and drinking and committing adultery. We was right on the couch doing a lesson.
There was one dude, I was at the hotel, I was in New Orleans, on New Year's, and I was watching the hotel and I saw the fireworks going off and I was rolling my eyes.
Yeah.
But there's this one guy who looked drunk as hell and he just started taking shots at the dirt with his pistol or whatever.
Yeah.
Like he was just having fun, laughing about it, and I'm like, idiot, alright.
Yeah, that's about right, But yeah, being accepted by the world, like the IUIC, they want to appease to the people. They want to get that, good job. They want a calling from the world, man. We're not worried about these people because these people are inherently wicked, man. How many people they come past here and scoffed at that sign? Like, prime example, mainly Issachar, they will see Jesus Christ and they will see Yahweh Shai, and they will totally rub off Yahweh Shai and scoff at why we have horns on the season. How do you look at the Lord and say that? How do you look at the They're ultimately Antichrist, man.
That's right.
Keep going up.
Look at St. John
It is.
chapter 15
In
and
the
verse
spirit, though.
20. It says, remember the word that I said unto you, the servant is not greater than his Lord. If they have persecuted me, they will also persecute you.
It says they have persecuted me, they will also persecute you, man. So we're gonna go through what Yahweh Shai went through, man. And the person that tells you that they love Yahweh Shai and they're not catching all hell, they're liars, man. Because the scriptures say, try the spirit, by the spirit to see if they are of the Most High, man.
she did like a full ass exorcism, I swear. She got all kinds of wild and yelling and shit. And I was just like, all right, I do something right.
Is this your grandmother from your mother's side?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I mean that makes a lot of sense, you know. Through the spirit, I can see that. You know what I'm saying? Because you know your lineage is through your father. You don't know your father, do you? Do you know him?
I don't know.
Yeah.
He's mysterious.
Yeah, but that's part of the curse. The scriptures say that the eye should be evil towards the children of his bosom, which thou shalt leave.
All I know is he's from Spain. He's
Yeah, he's probably, yeah. That's definitely the mystery, because if you didn't know who your mother was, but you know who your father was, that would be because that's how you establish your bloodline. Man, our whole bloodline is just around. My mother was
And genealogies are really minute. The reason why they came out, because Esau doesn't know DNA. He's only cracked 5% of it. And DNA is a constant system that rewrites and replicates itself, bro. It's a living organism, bro. It's so cold. But the reason why they came out with DNA and genealogy is because Esau is trying to figure out among our people that's dispersed who goes back to these people. That's all it was for, man. So when you go back like to Ancestry.com, it's a bunch of convoluted bullshit, man. You take it with a grain of salt.
I've looked up, like, I don't understand any of it, so I just pass it away and I let spirit talk.
Yeah.
That's all I'm going to do.
Yeah, Esau is able to identify the tribes through certain phenotypes and through certain particular traits, certain features, like they got something which is called shuffle teeth. You ever heard of that?
No.
It's basically, this is one trait that they've studied, that the children of Israel, they have little bumps and ridges on the back of their canines, man. They 4 teeth, and like if you feel like bumps back there, it's not a telltale sign.
I know.
Because if you don't have it, doesn't mean you're not. But they identified the people that have a very genetic marker with having shuffle teeth or bumps on the back of their canines, man. You feel something back there?
Yeah. Just like holy crap, wait, what?
It's kind of, yeah.
I realized for a while, I was like, oh shit.
The more Esau looks into this so-called science, the more he confounds himself. He tries to zoom in on the atom and quantum physics, he gets confounded. He goes into DNA. Like he had the Human Genome Project, right? In 2020, he's supposed to have that shit cracked. He's gonna be able to tell you every gene and everything. And he like, well, looks like we can't. Yeah, you got lost. He's like, well, we can't really tell this or that. It doesn't really make sense. You know, we can make some correlate, but he don't have it, man. Because when you really look into the creation of the Most High, it ain't for you to know. You know what the Lord allows you to know, man. That's why he's able to learn in advanced science like nuclear physics, because the Lord wanted him to, you know?
To destroy himself.
To destroy himself. But everything else, knowing what the heavens are and how many atoms and how many creatures, you know, he don't know,
bro.
He ain't explore the ocean.
He don't know, bro.
You know?
They had this fish, the new discovered creature, some call like the black something dragon or something. They discovered a fish that lives at the bottom of the ocean that just surfaced not too long ago. I think it's called like it's something black dragon or something. Nah, it's something else. It's an ugly ass fish. It's black, but it's some dragon or something. They just discovered it. Yeah, he's only discovered 5% of the ocean, bro. So he never made us out of space.
Oh, hell,
you know. But read it and we'll shut it down. More than that, a little bit more.
Verse 20 again. John 15:20, it says, remember the word that I said unto you, the servant is not greater than his Lord. If they persecuted me, they will also persecute you. If they have kept my saying, they will keep yours also. But all these things they do unto you for my name's sake, because they know not him that sent me.
That's right. So all these things that they do to us, because they don't know the Heavenly Father. Christians, they don't know the Heavenly Father, man. Vocab don't know the Heavenly Father, man. All right? The tenants of IUIC, they know of the Heavenly Father, but they're not operating in the spirit of the Heavenly Father, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? This is why we say that among those different groups, yeah, you got elect and sincere brothers among them. You got sincere brothers among Genesis. You got sincere brothers among Sakari. You got sincere brothers among IHPK. You got sincere men among all the camps, man. And also you got insincere men in GMS, man. Everybody in Great Millstone ain't gonna make it. You know what I'm saying? And we don't teach that they will. But, you know, we call a spade, that's just what it is, man. You know? So
that's why we brought out earlier, the Lord has got to come down and do the sifting.
Yep.
You know? It ain't about no camp. The Lord got to come down and say, this is who I want. You get into the barn. This is who I don't want. Out of darkness. Yep. You know? It's a spiritual thing, man.
Yes, sir.
That's why the scriptures say we're prisoners of hope. You know? We're prisoners of hope. We hope the Lord is going to deliver us, man. That's why we out here, man.
That's right, brother.
You know?
Con. Y'all got anything else? Brother's good. All right, then. We can get back in the spirit during the 2-hour camps. You know, weather gonna break next month, so you know, we'll go back, get the 2-hour camps, man. But with that, we gonna close out. Give all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to the elders, the apostles of the great millstone. Peace and blessings and salutation to the whole elect. Lord's will, you're edified. Until the next lesson. Shalom.
Shalom.
Kwam Yasharallah.
Kwam Yasharallah.
Baba Ba.
Baba Ba.
Shalom.
Shalom.